All right. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And this will be our first scene for LostCub, our venue in the Blue Ridge Mountains, the scenic, ever so scenic Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, where we have one Anton. And where we are setting this is in the evening after a good day out, doing your shit, leading your guided hikes. Same old, same old. Someone forgot to bring water. It's why you bring more, bring extra in your backpack, the usual trials and tribulations of leading really, really silly people who want to be out in nature and see some nature and don't know what they're doing. Then again, you also have, you bypass some regulars who are people that you may have taken them on their first hike or two through the mountains, but they live out here and they've taken to it just fine. They're on more advanced trails. You bypass them, waving as you go. You make your usual, pull your usual check, etc., come home, and well, it's the same old there too, which means that at this point, what is happening as we zoom in the camera, Anton is leaving. He's walking out the front door. He's long since, gotten his sister to cut loose and, go stay with a friend. She slipped out the back door. Thankfully, you live somewhere fairly rural, so no one's taking interest in the yelling, but you are just. You have never been so angry. Your dad decided this time to angle after you on the fact that, you're out of high school now, and this hiking guide thing is cute for the summers, but what are you going to do in the long run? Have you signed, have you tried to go to college? Have you done this? Have you done that? And just you put yourself in the way one time too many, and you got really singled in on. He cut after your job, cut after college. What are you going to do when you turn 18? Are you planning to move out? Are you just going to stay here forever? Da, 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 da. And on until finally just you got so angry. So angry to the point that even your mother has kind of looked at you a little askance with worry and finally have stomped out. Not even taken your car. You weren't thinking about it. You didn't grab the keys. You just marched past it out down the drive. Your dad's still kind of hollering something out through the door as it slams shut behind you. And you are on your way. You will be starting at Rage 3.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So, where's Anton going? He's not going to have the same kind of sensible direction right now. He's heated.
Probably the way he will go. It's not even sensibility, it's more instinct, is to head down that lane that he knows, cut across it, a lot more anger, probably kicking leaves as he's walking, down to Lizzie's, because that is the safe, calm point. Calm point.
Yep.
Calm.
You are walking. And it's, again, you guys live real rural. So it's not like she's right next door. It's not like she's just a bit of a hop down the way. You're going to be walking down the road for a while. And at this point, stubbornly kind of dedicated to it.
He'd probably chain smoke at least 2 cigarettes just to have nicotine kind of steady his nerves a bit as well. Try and have nicotine, try and calm him a bit. But it probably, chain smokes more essentially.
Oh, you're trying. It's not working. You can practically feel your heart kind of hammering in your ears. It just, every time you start to calm down, every time you start to think, you know what? It's nothing. Your dad's voice kind of rings through your head again, talking about how, for a child, it's all well and good to take some cute little summer job, but you need to get real. You need to get serious. You need to grow the fuck up.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, he kind of walks with bald fists and cracking his knuckles like 5 or 6, 7 times. As he, the way you twist your head and kind of, the way you're kind of almost animating your reaction of what you should have said in an argument.
Mm-hmm.
And you imagine the scenario playing out. It's kind of like that as he's walking. So he's like, well, I would have done this. And he's like, fuck, what nice feather. God damn it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's walking.
You just stay angry. Can't seem to shake it off. Not the way you usually do. Even by time, and you've walked a long while. You probably stumbled once or twice, pissed you off even more. Just everything kind of mounds up. Every little thing makes it worse.
fuck you, Potstone, as he's falling over.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll eventually, angrily, as the quaking mass of rage, will make his way through the trail.
Yeah. And the thing is, you finally do get down to where, or up, actually. It's an incline, too, which is kind of a bitch. She lives a bit higher up. Like, her parents have this fantastic view of the mountains from their home, and it's a big place. And even by time you get to the driveway, all you want to do is like punch the mailbox. It's one of those things where you get there and you're looking up this really long drive to this really elaborate home, and you're still like, you haven't calmed down at all. If anything, you've gotten more agitated. Like, your fists are shaking as you look down.
Okay. We're not going to shout. We are not him. We're not going to shout at her. We'll just keep calm. Take patient breaths if needs be. We're going to go outside and we're going to punch the fuck out of this stupid mailbox. Okay. No. Right. Mailbox, punch. When we get outside. Okay. Think. Slaps his head about 5, 6, 7 times. Yeah. And we'll start to make his way, to the door.
And the second you go to take a step up the drive, you remember that, you know what? Your mom and your dad, they fuss and they fight. And like, as you take that first step, just suddenly in the forefront of like your mind's eye is your mom looking at you and actually looking scared. You got heated. You started really like throwing your arms around, eventually like picked up and flung your dad's beer. And not at him even, just in an expression of anger. And she looked earnestly scared. And so you go to take that first step towards where your girlfriend lives with her folks, and that just pops up in your head. What if you scare her?
Level of guilt in his head, almost. Kind of, it feels like a knife in the gut. And he'll say to himself, no, I am not him. No. He'll shake his head again, like almost try to talk himself to take another step forward. As he does, he goes, no, we're not him. We're better than that. And he keeps saying that as he's walking towards the door, almost like he's trying to convince himself.
Yep. You take another step, and this time, instead of like, again, as you're saying, I'm not him, it just, that whole argument boils back up. Like your dad, red in the face as he yells. It just, again, it pops right to the front of your head.
Is there anything apart from the mailbox that looks like I could readily kind of bash my fist against?
I mean, there's probably like these lovely little manicured trees up the drive.
He would take a couple of steps back, actually, go back down the trail a bit, turn, spot one of the trees, and I will go to town on that thing, I'll probably even even punch my knuckles so hard that I probably will do a point of lethal to myself.
Oh yeah, you do. You start laying into this tree. Sadly, the tree is a lot more solid than your knuckles are.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to, especially since this is where we're driving it, you'll take another point of rage as the pain kind of sparks and just makes you more angry. It's not even that it hurts, it's that the bloody knuckles, the everything else, the pain just pisses you off more. Stupid fucking tree.
Fuck you, nature.
Fuck you, nature. Pretty much.
And he'll get his phone out shakily, I imagine, as well, because
that's force. So do me a roll.
Okay. Here we go.
Nope.
I keep it in.
It's just, it's one of those things where you take this point of rage, and again, this is the angriest you have ever been in your life, and it flashes up. It's white hot for a second. Like, if you had more presence of mind, if this wasn't going the direction it was, you might sit back and wonder at it. But right now, you're in it. You're deep in it. And
it's really hard to calm down when you're in that level of rage anyway. So, like, yeah, rational thought is out the window at this point. as he kind of paces up and down, as he's rubbing at his knuckles, hissing a bit, he actually will shakily take out his phone and type in Lizzie's number, very shakily, answering the phone, because fuck, that must hurt. And dials the number in slowly and puts the phone to his ear.
All right.
Probably infuriatedly shouting at the lock screen a few times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With iPhones.
1 second. There we go. So yeah, sure enough, you hear the familiar voice on the other end of the phone, and I mean it's late-ish, but it's not that late. She's still rocking around, and you know it. So yeah, she picks up the phone. She goes, "Hey, hon, what's up?"
Hey, where are you?
Home. You can actually kind of hear the shuffle of her hair against the phone as she like kind of glances around.
Can you come outside?
Yeah, something wrong?
Down the laneway. I'm down the laneway. Just
Okay, let me see if I can just slip out my back door.
Sure. Just come as quick as you can.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
And yeah, she hangs up.
Yeah. Puts the phone back in his pocket, furiously shouts at the lock screen again, like, fuck you! You know what I mean? He's locking, you know what I mean? Because with a shaky hand in the lock screen, it's agony.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't help that every time you try to fuck with it and be even more delicate with how you're touching, your knuckles kind of fire up.
Yeah. So what he'll do is he'll eventually slump down against the tree and just take these long, deep breaths, like, you know what I mean? Trying to essentially ground himself almost.
Yep. It's still, again, it's just, man, white hot fury. You can still, hear your heart just hammering in your own ears.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the pulse in your busted knuckles.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, probably placing his knuckles down on the ground, so he's not lifting them and moving them around, but not turning them over, obviously, and just, you know what I mean? Trying to calm his body, but it's, again, he's probably visibly shaking.
And yeah, it takes a minute or two. In fact, it takes a couple minutes because, like I said, it's a very long, winding drive up to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And you can imagine she's got a little back like porch door and has slipped out of that and is coming around, kind of avoiding the floodlights around the house. But eventually, you'll see the glow of what you imagine is probably the flashlight app on her phone. She's kind of slowly navigating her way down alongside the drive and eventually onto it.
Hey. Yep. Over here. Yep.
Yeah, you see like the arm kind of lifts and flails when she sees you. A wave. And she's just kind of prancing down the driveway. Doop, 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 doop. That careful prance because it's on an incline.
Mm-hmm. Unless she fucking tumbles on her ass. Yeah, no, she'll just keep the strained smile of nothing's wrong just yet. Waits till she sees him. He's like, hey, strained smile.
And she actually, she waves and is kind of smiling. She sneaks out with you all the time. Go do stupid shit. So yeah, she's broadly smiling, figuring this is just another, thing of that. And she kind of, slows down as she's getting close enough to plod and, looking down to the street and glancing at you like, where's the car?
Fuck, I forgot the car.
Are you okay? You see her kind of bowing down, looking at you, trying to get a look at you in the face.
Not really. No, not really.
Not
really.
I'll make it a point of note that you see she's hanging back a little bit because you're not first changed yet, but the curse is still a thing, and you are enraged. So she's kind of hanging back a bit, kind of leaning down to look like, hey, something wrong? You seem...
Takes a breath. Argument with Dad. It went pretty bad.
Did he kick you out?
No. Nope. Just said some shit and got a bit heated, and I took my anger out on a tree and it failed horribly, and everything is really sore and I'm really, really angry. Really fucking angry, and my heart is clapping like a fucking thunder wave.
And of course, as you're like, no, he didn't try to kick me out. You again, it just pops up. In front of your mind is him being like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna take care of yourself? You're almost 18. You're gonna need to get your own place. He didn't word for word try to kick you out, but the implied threat was definitely heavy.
You see, you actually make a bit of a snarly face. Motherfucker thought he could fucking veil threaten me. The fucking piece of fucking cunt. Fucking.
Hey, you want me to I don't know, go grab a bottle of something out of the house? You look like you really need to chill.
So I called you.
Yeah, we can go to one of our spots. It'll be fine. Look, I'm just gonna slip back in and grab the bottle, and we'll walk.
Something for my hands, if you can. You hold up his hands, and his knuckles are fucked.
Yeah, there's a kind of a hiss, like, ooh. Oh yeah. I'll grab a kit. I'll just put him in my bag. I'll be right back.
Nods.
Don't go anywhere. And she nods, quickly to herself, like reaffirming, like, yeah, I'm just gonna. And she turns and starts, thankfully at a better speed because she's climbing uphill now. Kind of starts vaulting back up towards the house.
It kind of puts his head back against the tree, like, you know what I mean? Like he's having a heart attack, essentially.
It feels like it. If he could sit back and objectively think about it, like you could almost convince yourself of it. You've never felt your heart, like you can practically feel it bouncing against your rib cage. It's insane. The adrenaline is still running. It's, man, never been so angry. And nothing, not even seeing her, regardless of how it normally might help, like even seeing her didn't take the edge off, not in the least. Still just want to break something in half. And let me look at your stats just for fun. Okay. Roll me your primal urge.
Okay. I have one dot on that. Nope, just a fail.
All right. So nothing just yet, but yeah, it's just it's one of those things where like you're so heated, you're so on edge, you're so ready for something that you even catch yourself kind of scanning, the dark tree line. Like you've walked through these woods a million times. You know objectively there's nothing there, but you catch yourself looking, like almost hoping for something to be there that shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
And as the time rolls on, I'll have you roll rage again, because again, it's not going to go up, but it's persistent. It's clinging. See how you're doing.
Okay.
Oh, better this time. No ones though. So roll me your primal urge again. As it's not abating. If anything, it's kind of getting heady. It's kind of getting more persistent. It's cycling. Oh boy, and this time you could swear, as you catch yourself scanning around, you could swear you see something move. And I'm not talking like you've been in the woods at night. You've seen what it sounds like with a squirrel scampers through the brush. You know what it sounds like when raccoons are rooting around planning to go for the trash cans. But you swear you see something.
He kind of up, you know what I mean? Kind of reaching down from one of the branches down on the ground, essentially, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you hoist yourself up. And yeah, you swear you see something. You hear the brush stir, but it doesn't sound like the crunch of a stomp. Just almost like a wind tousling, but just in one spot. And as the thing flits, you can see something there. And it seems tall and dark. It almost, like you don't see a distinct outline of a person, but you see something. And as it moves, again, you hear kind of the brush stir in a weird way. It's kind of disconcerting. Maybe it only gets your attention because it looks like it should be making more noise than it is. It looks bigger than the amount of noise it's putting off.
He kind of takes this kind of nervous step to the side, kind of eyeing up the driveway and looking back at the thing, kind of weighing, like, if I move now. And he, fuck it, and he, with all that heightened adrenaline, he decides to just start tearing up that driveway,
Allow me to introduce a counter idea as to how you might feel about this. There is something, maybe a person, could be a person, lurking in the woods just at the base of your girlfriend's home.
And I'm angry. I'm
you're
really angry.
Furious. And the home's pretty far. Like, you could book, but the tree line is closer than the house is. If anything, you find yourself perhaps, you suddenly feel this just very territorial surge.
Beautiful. Oh, that's even better. So I'll reach down with the long branches on the ground. Imagine, because there's a lot of branches from trees and shit like that, particularly around this time of year, they'll start falling out and shit.
I mean, yes, but at this particular tree, one of these little manicured trees on the way up to the house, not really. You can tell, like, someone very faithfully prunes these.
Is there any leftover pots from planting?
Oh, there is a very fanciful, pot right at the base, like just offside of the mailbox, full of, like, earth plant. It's a flower pot, but it's a big clay monster. You could probably tip it over and tip the plant out of it if you really wanted to. It'd still be pretty heavy, but it's definitely something you could lob at a person. Probably be a little awkward, but you could do it.
Thinking. Is that thing moving at all, or is it just fucking staring at me?
You actually see it kind of flit tree to tree once or twice. And again, the thing that makes it really disconcerting is you're not hearing a lot. Like, you're hearing a little bit of stirred brush, but the thing looks much bigger than that. It looks, again, more like a person. You should hear distinct steps.
All right, he's going to take a fucking stealth. He's actually going to take the time to actually quietly try to get over to that pot.
Oh yeah, you're not that far past the mailbox. You started to go up and then you backtracked. So yeah, you can just go over and dump the thing.
Mm-hmm. He'll do it. He'll try to be as quiet as he can about it, essentially, as well.
Okay.
If you need me to roll dex stealth.
Let me think. I'm not gonna make it that grand. So yeah, you can stealth if you like.
Yeah, he'll creep up, and what he'll do is he'll pour the plant out first. And this is probably where I actually might have to roll. He'll try to break a part of the pot off quietly, so he has something sharp.
Best way to break something this thick, he'll realize looking down at it, is he's probably gonna have to pick it up and, like, chuck it towards the ground or onto the driveway to break it. It's good thick clay. Like, they paid too much money for this flower pot.
Even better. Once he realizes that, he's gonna heft it up, right, slowly, like taking the time to really take it onto his chest, and try to spy where this thing exactly is moving.
Roll me Primal Urge again. See if you can still catch it.
Okay.
Yeah. You spot it. It's in an even different spot. You barely, like, you didn't even hear anything this time.
So, he spots it, takes the time, and he's going to lob it in the direction, keeping an eye on the thing to see exactly, does it follow the noise, essentially, what I'm trying to do.
All right, are you just lobbing it off in a direction, or are you lobbing it at it?
If I'm feeling territorial, I'm going to lob it at it.
All right. Because this is big and heavy, I'm going to have you do strength athletics instead of dex.
But makes total sense.
That's 2 successes, yeah. You feel like, again, there is this white hot fury brimming, and you almost weaponize that, and you lob this thing. Like, you managed to plant your palm on it, and yeah, you fling it. And you know what the scary thing is it almost feels too easy to just vent some of that fury. Like, it's weirdly satisfying how easily you just fling this thing, and it goes, across down that little bit of property that's left, across the drive that goes past, and yeah, it actually shatters on the tree this thing is skulking behind. It hits, it shatters. There's a spray of, clay shards, and you hear another stirring of brush, and suddenly you're not seeing it. But you feel like you did the hottest shit ever. You're feeling like $1 million. Yeah, that's right. You're driving it off.
Yeah, and because I'm feeling so territorial, he'll say out loud, "Yeah, that's fucking right." You know what I mean? Heightened anger and shit. He'll even call it, "Yeah, that's right. She's mine. So back the fuck off." You know what I mean? Out into the woods, puffing his chest out, arching his back up, very much primality, very animalistic, like a fucking primate.
Yep, and I'll say, you know what? I'm going to keep riding off your hot streak with the primal urge. You do this, and you're feeling like, yeah, like mighty as fuck. Like this has got to be like that stupid bro shit that your brother rides off of to live.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're doing this, you start getting the weirdest feeling like there's more. Like you can almost feel eyes. Like you don't see the thing anymore, but you can practically feel it. Almost even that little decorative tree, right? The one that's just a couple feet past the mailbox. Like it's almost like there are things watching you, like out of that tree, out of some of the trees surrounding. And it's the weirdest feeling. Like there's so many eyes just pinning you into place.
He gives these weird stares. He looks around.
All the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up.
He takes another long breath. Is that it? Anyone else want to fuck with my girlfriend? My motherfucking girlfriend, you know what I mean?
Again, it's just there's so many eyes, and the feeling of being watched almost gets more intense as you start kind of working yourself up, as you start like pulling up that anger and using it. And I'm going to have your rage increase as you're, again, at this point, you're kind of pumping it. Yeah. So let's have it. Let's have that roll.
Oh, shit.
You fucking won.
Lucky.
And yeah, I mean, you're feeling that. You're feeling the difference. You start pumping up, That's right. Anyone else. And, you feel even more and more eyes. And it's like they're fucking with you. It's like they're mocking you. It's like there's more and more and no one's going to make a move. But it's just, you can almost feel the pressure of how many eyes are on you. It's infuriating.
Mm-hmm. What are y'all, a bunch of bitches? Y'all too motherfucking afraid?
Again, it just intensifies this sense of being watched. It's so weirdly removed. It's like something is watching you. Like, I don't know, like you watch an ant crawl across the pavement.
Mm-hmm. You take another long breath, like...
Your breaths are getting shorter and shorter. You're feeling the testosterone, man. It's pounding.
Do I see any that are getting closer? If any are trying to dare almost.
I'll let you make another roll to see if you can spot anything. Again, cool. This is all primal urge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, he doesn't know what primal urge is, so.
You can't see him, but you can feel it. Like, even though you can't see anything, you're feeling it. You're feeling just the stress of, 1 million eyes on you.
Perfect. I'm going to pick up that mailbox.
You're wrenching the mailbox out of the ground.
Mm-hmm. I am fucking livid. Yep.
Strength. It actually starts to give. That's the terrifying part, because there is a big cement base that's been poured in to hold that thing firmly upright. You feel it starting to give as you grab a hold and you start wrenching and twisting, and of course it's a mailbox post, so you're getting splinters and shit, but you feel it starting to give. But it's so weirdly satisfying to be wrecking this thing, pulling it out of the ground. Like you feel like you could kick anything's ass right now.
Yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking beat you to death with this thing. You know what I mean? If you need to make it.
Yep. Just keep going. Thankfully, it's a long trip for her.
I know, right? Jesus.
Fucking 2s. Wait.
3. That's 3.
That's 3. Wait. Are you at 4? You're supposed to be at 5, aren't you?
That's my strength.
Oh yeah. No, roll some rage. Like, yeah, you pull this thing out of the ground. Earth kind of, like, the dirt around it kind of sprays out, and yeah, you wrench the whole cement plug out of the ground.
Oh, you want me to rage as well now?
Oh yeah, because you're getting more and more worked up. I want more than that. Why are you like this?
So close each time.
You're getting closer. Yeah, you didn't think you could get angrier, but you're literally seeing red at this point. Something is out there and it's watching you like you aren't shit. And even though you yank this thing out of the ground and you literally pick up this mailbox, holding the mailbox like kind of at the lower end so that the cement plug is kind of the higher weight and the thing you're gonna swing. And yeah, it's just, why won't it look at you like it matters? Why isn't anything scared? Why isn't anything running? Like, it's still right here at the edge of the property.
I'm gonna make another primal world roll if I can to see if I can spot one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And his head one of them.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. You would swear for a second as you turn and look, and like it should freak you out. But you see, like, the glint of eyes. It's not quite the same as glowing eyes. It's something you can kind of write off in your head. But that's not a bird. You know, that's not like a raccoon. That's something bigger, and it's in like one of the trees just across the, across the drive from the actual driveway, and it's just staring.
I charge. In my territory, I charge.
Do it.
You want me to swing?
Sure, go for it.
Lee. Jesus.
Holy shit.
Fucking whap.
Throw +2 into damage.
Okay, so my strength is that.
That's a cement block you're swinging. Even with a higher diff, that's still a good swing.
So that's 5, and then a +2 is that many. That would have been terrible if one don't take away damage. That's 3.
I'm saying 3. So yeah, you swing and you hit so hard that, like, as you reach up and swing this thing into the branch, the cement block, which has had enough, kind of shatters and breaks. Whatever it is makes the most hideous, unearthly sound as it suddenly just isn't there anymore.
How satisfied do I feel about this?
You actually would be pretty satisfied, except you are now getting hunks of cement raining on your fucking head.
Yep.
Which is, again, like, this would have been so cool, but fuck this cement! Take it and roll it. Keep going.
6 rage, okay. Nope.
Why don't you like me?
Just getting angrier and angrier at this point.
You are. You're getting fucking furious. It's intense. And, this thing flips and you get hit by a bunch of cement and you see another one just over, on the next tree, glaring like these weird glinting, that bat glow that you get in animals' eyes. I'm doing.
Picking up one bits of cement and firing it at it. I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that angry. I'll knock him out of the fucking tree. And then I'll curb stomp him because I'm on rage 6. I will curb stomp the shit out of him. I get him. Damage. That's +2 for the cement. Jesus Christ, Anton.
So I'll give you +1 for the hunk since it's not the whole block.
Okay, that's fair. And then that many. Beautiful. 2.
Yeah, there's another, like, it is the weirdest, and it grates. It grates on your ears, it grates on your nerves, this this freakish little shriek that you hear.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of falling off again, as soon as you hit it, it's like it's gone. It's like it was never there. Like enough to make you sit there and be like, did I see that? Of course I saw that. Fuck this, making me wonder, you know.
Fuck you with your fucking mimicry. Yeah. You say, who's the bitch, huh? Huh?
Yeah, if you weren't rolling at 6 rage, you'd probably be really worried about this. But nah, fuck that thing. Fuck its disappearing ass.
Yeah, I'll fucking beat it to death. That's right. I'm assuming there's more.
Oh yeah, there's tons. Like you can, again, you swear to God, you can feel them watching you, just from everywhere, so impersonally. Again, like you ain't shit, and it rankles you. All the hairs on your body are standing up in fury.
So one of you is actually gonna come and fucking fight, because the rest of y'all been bitches.
And deeper in, you know, as you go down the bit of a dip by the road, like again, you hear another skitter.
I charge. Rage 6, man. The first sight I have is you, and then run. Do you know what I mean? Full speed.
Oh Lord, and you know what? We're gonna have a little fun, even though.
What do you want me to do, Katie?
I am pondering if I should have you roll. Yeah, fuck it. Roll your 1 point of gnosis as you dive after this thing.
Should be funny. But what do you know?
That's enough.
Yep.
You are clouded with rage. You can't even tell the difference. Like, you dive after it, and you just... It doesn't even occur to you that the woods are slightly off, slightly different. But nah, you spill across, and you just keep chasing, and now you can definitely see it. You can see an outline. There is something scampering away from you, flitting through the brush. Even, like, weirdly, like, rebound jumping off of trees and shit. That motherfucker won't turn around and fight you.
I see you, bitch! I fucking see you! He's running like Tom Cruise style, you know what I mean? Like arms flailing, chest pumping, you know, screaming after it.
And this is where I'm just gonna reach out and touch you with the ST hand and be like, nah, you're first changing.
I mean...
You are just clouded with rage. Every time you try to reach after something, it's gone. I mean, you swear to God, one literally just floats away.
I mean, yeah, I'll be rage 7. Like, I assume my auto change. Like, I'm not even disputing that.
That's it. That's the last fucking straw. And you just go berserk. And everything goes fucking red.
Yep.
And you know what? Everything goes fucking red. Everything just, you don't remember shit. You just... so angry. You've never been so angry. And by time you finally come back around, you are laying in the leaves.
Buck-ass naked.
You are buck-ass naked. And shaking you and frantically calling your name is this poor girl. Like, trying to wake you up. Just... Anton, dude, you gotta... Oh, thank God. Oh, Anton, what are you doing out here? Why are you naked?
Looks down and like immediately puts a hand over that area. I have... I have no idea. Where the fucking... Who the...
I mean, she kind of points back over her shoulder, and like, you've gotten pretty deep into the trees, but you can see, you know, between a couple of them back that way, like the lights from her parents' place. It's filtering through. It looks like you took a good run into the woods.
Okay.
But you're not that far. I've been looking for you for like half an hour.
Right. Now, this is where it gets funny. I'm gonna lie.
Okay. Do it.
You want me to roll first?
Yeah.
May I
See how
spend a
good a
willpower?
lie it is. Yes, you may.
May. Would the specialty charm come into play?
Absolutely, if that is the method you're taking and what you say.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes with the willpower spend. And he'll say,
I think it's 5. You've got a 1 in there.
"Oh, I'll go 1."
That's
But
still
no,
5 successes.
with the specialty, wouldn't it be 6?
It's the 6 is canceled by the 1, then you've got a 9,
yeah,
a 10, and an 8.
Derp. It's early for me. Derp.
Okay,
Derp.
I got you, bruh. That's still 5 successes. It's still a really good lie.
He will say, as he rubs the back of his head, "Oh, fuck, they must have jumped me." Oh,
Jumped you? Who jumped you? She starts looking around. She buys it, hook, line, and sinker. Starts kind of tugging on your arm to try to get you up.
Baby, I saw some people coming towards the house. I could masks, all that sort of stuff.
Oh my god. We've got to get out of here. What if
kicked
they come
me into
back?
Points at the broken fucking mailbox. They kicked me into that. Went over and I tried to chase them, and next thing you know, bonk. And they must have just, like, who the fuck steals a person's clothes? Jeez.
So, on the upside, you do still have your necklace on, the little knotted stone, weirdly enough. But clothes are definitely gone. And for the moment, she just kind of starts tugging, like, we gotta go. Come on, here. I don't. Come on, we'll go in the back. And, starts pulling and tugging, picks up a bottle that's sitting on the ground next to her. Or actually, you know what? She's just got her big old purse on her. She just grabs your wrist with both hands and starts pulling frantically.
Yeah, he goes along with it, like, whew. Dodge the bullet. Okay, we'll figure this out later. Do you know as he's been pulled along?
Yeah, everything's gone. Your shoes, all that. All that's left is that necklace that you wear all the time. Someone gave it to you, told you it was good luck charm. And yeah, she just starts sucking you in, and thankfully it's gone from late evening to like middle of the night. She's like, my folks are probably out cold. Come on, we gotta get you in, and I'll find you something to put on. I guess. Come on.
Yep, follows her in.
And yeah, she leads you up this long ass, up the long ass drive around the floodlights. And yeah, she has this really big, lovely bedroom that has like windows that open into the backyard, which is like a nice manicured garden. And she pops open like a porch style door from the back of her room and just leads you in and sits you down on the bed, starts looking you over like, are you okay? Did they hurt you? You seem, and you'll notice not a single scratch on you, even your knuckles.
I don't know. Last thing I remember was just black after I tried to run in after the woods after them, so.
Oh, they must have hit you on the back of the head.
Yeah, must have.
She starts kind of gently, like, reaching around, trying to feel for an injury, and of course she's not going to find one. Here's a question. Are you going to, like, make with a wince or something to fake it?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Gotta roll
Do
that
it.
Don't I? Nope. Oh, Anton, you sneaky fuck.
Absolutely. She is. Normally I'd have her roll against you, but right now her concern for you is much higher than her concern that you might be lying to her.
He'll take hold of her hand like, honey, ow, 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 ow.
Oh,
Sensitive.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's not that bad. I can't feel any blood or anything. Why don't you go get me some clothes and maybe I'll just, rest. I should be okay. Maybe just a bit of bruising.
Yeah, I'll just stay here, okay? And she like actually goes back to very pointedly lock the back door and like closes the pretty little curtains over all the nice windows out to the back patio, like she's worried someone's gonna see in. And yeah, she will head out into the hall, and you'll actually hear the beep boops. There's probably a security system in the house, and she disables it when she's going out. She is, you can hear, and like, I'm gonna give you it for free. You can tell if she is resetting the security on like the doors and windows.
Yep, makes sense.
And yeah, she disappears for a minute. Are you doing anything while she's gone?
You kind of process and try to think, essentially, what the fuck just happened. And I kind of sit back and try and remember.
And I mean, he'll remember marching there angry. He'll remember he was so mad. And he'll remember that he saw something in the woods and went charging after it, but not the fine details. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's just, it gets kind of hazy. He remembers lunging. He remembers thinking there was a threat, and then it goes black. Well, it goes red.
Nods to himself like, maybe I did get a hit in the head. Motherfuckers. Fuck. Okay. Okay, we'll figure this out. Okay. Kind of bites his lip a bit nervously. Do you know what I mean? He's like, just kind of rubbing the back of his head.
Yeah, she comes back before too long. She's got like some big sweatpants and a big t-shirt. Like, here, I just snagged these out of Dad's gym.
It's fine. It's fine. Thank you. You slide on
Maybe
them on
maybe you
essentially.
should stay here. Like, I can stash you in the morning when my folks are up and around, but it shouldn't be a big deal. I know you don't like to hide over, all the way till morning. But if there's someone out there, you shouldn't go back out.
No, I'll stay here. It's fine. It's all right.
Are you sure your head's okay?
Yeah, just a bit hazy, a bit woozy. Things are a bit, trying to remember and everything's a bit black.
Oh man, they must have hit you really hard. And she's just the most sympathetic face. She sits next to you and even just takes one of your hands.
I haven't been that angry in a while. Ever,
I mean,
actually.
your dad's kind of a dick sometimes.
Yeah. I'm not like him, am I?
What? No.
Like, I'd never hurt you or anything.
Of course not.
Like, you know that, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
you're not like that.
It's just, I was worried I'd shout at you and stuff because I was just so angry. And I don't want to do that. Like, obviously, it's just, I worry.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. You seemed like really, really mad. Like, it kind of freaked me out a little, but
I'm sorry.
I don't think you'd. It's okay.
It's just threatening to kick me out and stuff, and just couldn't take care of Mom and Catherine, and
Is she okay?
I sent her off before and kicked off.
Okay, good. Oh no, did you lose your phone? She like realizes belatedly, kind of looking at him.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, well, I mean,
I can get a new one.
do you want me to like, I don't know, do you want to text your sister or anything? Like,
Yeah.
let her know you're okay?
Yeah, that would be nice.
And yeah, she fishes her phone out of her purse.
I'll ring her. It's easier. Explain that I lost my phone and stuff like that. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Just give her a smile and squeeze the hand as he's dialing the sister's number. Essentially,
Yeah, she squeezes back.
puts the phone to his ear.
And hilariously, your sister gets up to semantics, but she's actually pretty good about her sleep schedule. So there's just kind of this. I'll even do the thing. 1 second. It's just a groggy voice on the other end. Hello? What are you?
Hey,
Oh,
it's me.
hey. What's up? Are you done fighting? What? Whose number is this?
Lizzie's.
You can practically hear the eye roll.
I got jumped.
What?
So, yeah, some guys jumped me on the way. They were trying to break into Lizzie's, and me being the big doofus got a bit of a belt.
Yeah, you can kind of hear the rustle. She's probably sitting up or something. Like, you okay?
It took a nasty bumps, but I lost my phone. They probably nicked it off me.
Oh shit! All the way out here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, well, it's better than nothing. So, I'm just letting you know so you don't have a fucking panic.
Okay.
Will you let Phil, no. Probably Mom too when she's not Mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be back. Gotta get my books before school.
I can get him for you in the morning. I can meet you outside if you don't want to go in.
No, it's okay. He'll be asleep.
All right. Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
Never mind when I
You didn't
say
party
that.
too hard? You didn't party too hard, right?
Oh, no. No.
Sure.
No.
You hungover?
Not yet.
Good, because you better not be. You got school tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever. Just stop. Don't get beat up.
I tried not to.
I gotta go and do that. Freaking me out.
I'll be fine. I'm always fine.
Good. Better be.
Well, just letting you know, okay? So you go
Yeah.
back to sleep. Be up for school tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Cat.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Smiles as he hangs up the phone.
Yeah, you can tell she's like halfway to back asleep by the time it clicks off.
Shakes his head, smirking.
Is she okay?
She's hungover. She's hungover.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, can you blame her though?
Look over. Yeah, I can.
She kind of shrugs.
Just because my dad drinks a lot doesn't mean she has to.
I mean, she's a kid. We all started it at some point.
We did.
We'll get over
but
it.
Still, she better. Smirk.
Trust me. Enough first classes with a fucking hangover, and you learn it ain't worth it real fast. Time that shit out. I mean, you figured it out.
And
I figured it out.
I was about to say you're an expert on the subject. I take it.
I
Wink.
may or may not have made some critical mistakes.
It explains a lot.
Hey, it gives you kind of a playful, very gentle, like even more gentle than usual, kind of careful little shove. Like she's worried about jostling you too much.
To the smirk. Thanks for letting me stay over.
Yeah, no problem. My folks kind of, I don't pay much mind, so it shouldn't be a big deal.
They don't like me.
Hmm?
They don't like me? I'm pretty chill with your dad.
No, like, dude, staying the night in my room.
Eyebrow raise. I mean, I normally sleep up in the attic.
Well, I'm kind of worried about you.
Shrugs. That's fine. No, you're allowed to do that. I'm not complaining.
Besides, if anyone actually checks in the morning, I'll just shove you in the closet. Kind of shoots you a teasing grin.
That's out of chuckle. I'll hide under the bed.
Okay, fine.
Just make sure you're awake before me, otherwise it'll get very, very awkward.
Got an alarm. It'll be fine.
No, then. You just lean back. I should probably get some sleep.
And yeah, she'll flop down next to him, give him a kiss on the cheek. Yeah, just, don't be concussed and actually wake up in the morning, or I'll freak out. Don't die in my bed, okay?
I'll do my best not to die in your bed.
Okay. You sure your head's okay?
Just a bit sensitive.
Okay.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. He kind of just, rubs his hand through her hair. I get some sleep. We gotta get up early. I don't want your dad finding me in your bed. And not after getting laid.
I'll find you in my bed. He never even looks in here.
He just smirk as he says that, and you haven't even got laid, so
Say again?
That'll double suck. I don't want your dad killing me, even though I haven't got laid yet. That would double suck.
A double suck. Give him a very ginger kiss on the cheek, but curls up next to him, like into him under his arm.
Yeah, he's probably asleep within minutes after all that fucking exhaustion, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, like you don't know what the situation was between waking up on the ground outside, but yeah, as soon as you calm down a little bit, as soon as you kind of settle in with the idea of like, yeah, gonna go to bed, you're just out. You're out cold.
It's like, yeah, I'm about to. Yeah.
You've never, like, as you lay down and start to resolve that, you realize you've just never been so bone tired in your fucking life.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's fast asleep.
And would you like to end it there or continue?
It's up to you. I'm good to go. If you want to end it there, don't mind ending it there. It's up to you, Katie.
Very fucking well. Then we will continue on to the aftermath. So what he will wake up to next day is voices thankfully outside the door. He wakes up and he's the only one in the bed. Like, he doesn't even remember her. Like, she practically had to climb over him to get out. He didn't remember shit. He must have been dead asleep. But he'll hear voices out, like, not even just outside the door, but out in the hall, and it's her very, animatedly talking about how, like, yeah, there was someone out by the drive last night, and they busted it up, and, they were coming to do this, but someone saw them and called the police, and yeah, they're gone now. Like, obviously, like, pulling the parent aggro.
And Anton will slowly stand up out of the bed.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Slowly stands up. Because I have no shoes as well, so that's even better. Make sure the clothes are on. Where's the window?
I mean, she's still got that, like, just nice, easy to open, like patio door out of the back of her room.
Just takes very careful, like 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Steps towards the thing.
Yeah. Nothing yet. You just hear her animatedly, like, you know her pretty well. You can just imagine her hands flying around as she's talking and, like, making a big deal. You can hear the emphasis in her voice. And yeah, you slip towards the back door unmolested.
Kind of climbs out onto the patio, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's just it's not like it's raised off the ground. It's just there's a nice little paved patio area around the back of the house. And yeah, you step out. Thankfully, the alarm does not go off when you open the back door.
Yeah, he kind of carefully opens it and just waits, closing his eyes, like, no, I'm safe. And then we'll dart around the corner, essentially.
Yep. You dart off. Thankfully, nobody seems to spot you as you, just scamper wildly past the nice manicured garden at the backyard and into the fucking trees.
Jack Sparrow running the whole way.
Absolutely.
And
you're home free.
I'll start jogging towards my house, essentially.
It's kind of a bitch. You are in the woods and you're barefoot and you have pretty rough feet, but it's like every so often you like step on a branch pointed the wrong way and you're like, fuck,
ow. Yeah.
But yeah, you managed to get back to the fucking road at some point where you can at least walk on something smooth. And whatever time of morning it is, there ain't a lot of traffic up and down this road. This is like the last drive going to some people's homes.
Yeah, he just fixes the gym shorts as he's walking along, gym pants as he's moving along up the road, taking a steady jog.
You've had to tie the drawstring pretty tight because her dad's a nice man who lives a very nice lifestyle. He's got a little cushion going, so they're a little oversized, but that's what the drawstring's for.
As he's running along, and he'll be looking out for his sister as well to see if he's actually arrived at the same time as she did.
Roll me chance time.
Sure.
Yeah, you can't be sure whether it's too late or too early. You didn't pause to look at the clock, but Either way, you don't see her even coming up the way or anything like that. You don't see a sign of her at the house. But yeah, you roll up to your place.
It's gonna awkwardly open the front door.
It's not locked. Yeah. You just open the front door, poke your head in.
Like a ferret. Just stick my head through. Just say, Mom?
As you look around, you see, the open living area that's immediately right there. The kitchen's just to the side. The lights aren't on yet. Your dad is dead asleep on the couch. Pretty good bet that your mom locked the bedroom door because she got mad at him.
He's gonna head up the stairs. He knows his dad's way too fucking sleepy and drunk to fucking even hear him, so he just walks in, closes the door.
Yeah, you go completely unmolested. You head upstairs, walk past your parents' room door, definitely closed. The bathroom upstairs is, open door. Your room, your sister's room, your brother's room.
He'll quickly run into his room and probably throw on his actual fucking clothes,
Yep.
Like jeans, leather jacket, t-shirt, shoes, and then come back out and head towards his parents' door.
All right.
Knocks on it very carefully and just say, Mom?
And takes a little bit of wrapping. But sure enough, after a little bit, your mom will go ahead and open the door. She's looking like, she's just woken up. Still in like her night clothes. But yeah, she pops it open. Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
It's at least there is some sign of relief.
Everything okay?
Yeah, just your dad being a dick.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
He'll be studying her, like his eyes narrow as he's watching, looking up and down.
No, you're not spotting any bruises or anything. She just looks kind of frazzled. Got the bed head going.
How bad?
She just shakes her head. I'll let you pee an ear if you want.
Sure. Oh, totally peony.
Let's see how well she can downplay.
1.
Oh, we'll put her at like... No, you can tell it wasn't good. But she shakes her head like, nah, it's nothing.
Mom, come on.
I'm fine. It's definitely her stonewalling him.
Licks the bottom of his lip. The inside of his teeth. Look, he shouldn't be treating you like this.
He's not himself.
It's no fucking excuse.
It is what it is.
Bites his lip nervously. I'm probably going to have to roll willpower to see does he actually say it, what he wants to say. If that's fair. Katie. Resist the urge. So, I'll make a willpower roll.
Do it.
Alright, willpower is 4 because I spent 1.
Damn good roll.
Yeah. No, he bites it in. He's like, no. All right. Catherine been over?
Kind of rubs the side of her head, tousling her hair around a bit. Yeah, I think I heard her come in, get her things, go to school. Right. She texted me last night, let me know she was okay.
I lost my phone.
Kind of blinks at him. And then, like, it's inevitable. It's not on purpose. It's just that, like, disappointed mom look.
I got jumped.
What?
A few guys. It's nothing serious.
Did you call it in?
Nah, I couldn't see who they were. No point.
Oh, where did it happen?
Just out by the woods. They're obviously doing some shit.
Man, you should have called it in.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's not fine. Are you okay? She finally, like, lets go of the door and, starts to step out. Reach out to just check him over. Like, it's a very cursory mom style. Like, you have no say in this, checking the back of your head, kind of patting you down, making sure you're okay.
I'm fine. I got lucky. Landed the right way. I'm alright. So, lost my phone. Thankfully, I didn't lose my car keys.
It's a good thing. All right, well, I'm sure we can get you something together for a phone. It may not be a fancy one.
It's fine. As long as I can keep in contact.
As long as what?
I can keep in contact.
Nods. Agreement. Don't mind losing track of you guys.
Hey, I always check in.
Sorry, you're fairly quiet at the moment.
Give me 1 second. I'll just turn up my mic volume. I think it might
Okay.
have shot down. There we go. Boom.
Much better.
It's fine. I always check in.
She has to nod agreement because you are good about it. Better than your brother. She kind of pitches a glance towards his door. He's probably already off doing. Actually, he older than you?
Yes, he's 18.
So he got held back a year for those bad grades. So she just kind of pitches an accusatory look at his door.
Is he up?
He best be.
Do you want me to get him up?
She kind of like rubs her forehead. Just check and see if he's gone to school.
Just gives her a smile. Why don't you go put on some breakfast and sit down and have us together? I'll get him up if he's gone. He's not gone.
Yeah, all right. And yeah, she goes ahead and she doesn't close the door. She leaves it kind of eased half open, and she wanders back into her room, and there is a master bath in there. So she kind of disappears for a second. You can kind of hear the water running. She's just getting herself like at least halfway presentable, probably running a brush through her hair type thing.
He listens in for a bit.
And yeah, it's very much the pattern. It's the morning pattern. She is a stay-at-home mom. She does like the same thing every morning. She goes in, she's just kind of very cursorily taking care of herself, getting her hair brushed. You can hear that she like gets changed.
Can I P&E her?
I'd put it at a reasonably high diff since you're just listening. You're not watching her. You're not seeing what she's doing or how her face is. Mm-hmm. So I'd say crank the diff, honestly, to be fair to like a 9, because it's...
Yep, that's legit.
Right.
That is legit.
You still get one. It's kind of painfully rote. It's not... Like, there's some mornings that are better than others. Sometimes she hums a little bit. Sometimes she does this or that little bit extra. But this is definitely... This is very cursory. This is just her doing what she considers, is absolutely necessary. She's really big on, she did like to greet them down in the kitchen with breakfast, dressed, have her hair up and stuff. And
yeah,
look like she's, up for them and ready for them.
The illusion is kind of broken. Yeah, okay.
So it's kind of like she's trying to get back to her usual illusion of having control of the situation and just being the mom.
Okay. He immediately starts moving towards his brother's door. Like, doesn't even knock, just opens.
Let's see. He's dead asleep.
Beautiful. Does he have an ensuite, like an adjacent bathroom?
Oh no, you guys have a hall bath that the kids all share.
Even better. Walks back out, walks into the bathroom, gets shaving cream, gets water, fills it together,
Walks very calmly back into one of those little bath bowls.
Yeah. I mean, there are probably even cups in the bathroom that you guys use for brushing your teeth.
Oh no, bowl, definitely bowl. Since he's fast asleep, even better. So he'll walk very calmly, fill the thing with shaving foam and water, so it's nice and smushy. Walks back in carefully, opening the door. Looks at his brother.
Oh, he's out cold. Can't hear shit.
Pours down.
What, just pours it on him?
Yep.
You're a dick. Oh, 1 second. Actually, let's use the other one. And he will come flying up, just confused and wet and angry, just rubbing his face like, what the fuck?
Tunnel kind of motioned himself at the door. Mom says, you gotta get up.
I'm gonna fucking strangle you. Like, fucking, like, tries to heave himself out of the bed, still half asleep, trying to lunge at you because you dick.
I'll make that dick check to get the fuck out of the way.
Do it. And I'll roll to see if he at least successfully half-ass tackles you. He is a football player, so we'll give him a decent pull. Nah, you managed to skirt right out of the way. He, like, thumps into the dresser, even. Like, full miss. So he, like, collides with the dresser in his fucking boxers.
So he'll stand by the door, keeping the hall door open. See, bro, if you had been on time for your studies, you would have tackled me.
You little son of a... like, trying to get himself oriented to lunge at you again.
Do you want to piss off Mom? She knows you're late.
Fuck. Finally, like, swipes his hand out of his face, like, flicks off some of the shaving cream onto the carpet, like, shaking his hand. Well, now I gotta fucking shower.
Hurry the fuck up.
Little like, just very grumpily, like, goes to try to strong arm you a little too hard into the door. Like, instead of just pushing you out of the way a little bit, actually tries to, like, thump you into the door frame because he's annoyed on his way out to the fucking bathroom.
He'll let it happen. He doesn't try to resist. He bunks up against the door.
Yeah, he bustles past you and into the bathroom. You hear the shower immediately turn on.
Just nods, satisfies to himself. Dick. Under his breath. He goes and slams the door closed and goes back down, jogs downstairs towards his dad.
You'll see that in the meantime, your mom has gotten herself together. Has her clothes on for the day, has her hair tied back in the kitchen. Like, the lights are on. You can hear her, like, rustling through the fridge. You can actually, like, hear a butter in the pan already.
He'll yell down to his mom. He was asleep.
Fucking figures.
I got him up. It's alright. I got it up.
Thank you, hon.
Be in a sec.
And yeah, you just hear her going about the usual shit. Making breakfast. Your dad, even with all the yelling, he is out cold on the couch. He, like, drooling on his arm. Like, yeah, he hit it hard. And he's still sleeping off the after effects.
Beautiful. So he walks into the sitting room where his dad is.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Looks down at him. Starts to slap, 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 slap. Side of his cheek.
And it takes some work, but he starts kind of stirring. Kind of makes the idle swatting motion. Not aggressively, just like, meh.
Dad, you gotta get up. You got work.
What? What the what? Oh, shit. What? And, looks, he pulls up his wrist to look at his watch. Son of a... Looks around himself. Yeah. Sits slowly up, rubbing his face.
Puts his hands in his pockets, watching him.
P&E him if you like.
Sure. One.
You can definitely see, even with one, that there's some regret there. Like he's not just rubbing his face to wake up, just he's taking in the situation around him, the fact that he was asleep on the couch, and just yeah, he's not proud of himself.
You want to go and apologize?
There's a glance up. And there's a pause. He's still looking kind of rough. And he doesn't say anything, but he does start, plants his hands on his knees. He's still dressed from yesterday. And he hoists himself up to his feet. And he has trouble, he obviously isn't going to be like, yeah, you're fucking right. But he does get up and, again, just kind of rubs his face. This time clearly trying to wake himself up, even gives his cheek a good solid pat. And rubs his cheeks for a second and realizes, man, I haven't even shaved, but shakes his head and yeah, starts slowly moving for the kitchen.
I gotta roll willpower. Oh boy, poor out Anton. Rolled again because he wants to say something. He wants to be mean, Katie.
I mean, who wouldn't? Let's never mind that you now have rage in your system. Puts the temptation up there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think a willpower roll, like, ooh, I was gonna put that at 7 with the rage. When his dad reaches, imagine the door, he'll say quietly, but there is that, with the additional 2 rage, it's there.
It's terse.
And try to actually make it fucking convincing this time, Dad.
He shoots a kind of a glance back. The brow knits in annoyance, but
I mean, he turns back. There's that fucking glare. Because unlike me, she actually buys your bullshit.
And again, there's a good couple seconds stare. Like, this is straight up. It's that point where Anton is getting old enough that he really does get that dead-on stare now and again.
I mean, Anton's stare, because I imagine the 2 rage as well. It's his chest is puffed out. It's like he doesn't even realize he's doing it. It's I would imagine it looks quite provocative,
Yeah. And truth be told, your dad's got a hangover, and he doesn't have the fucking energy for all that. Not right now. Maybe last night, but not right now. So he turns, and you guys have a good couple seconds of steady stare. And again, he doesn't say a thing, but he turns and goes ahead and enters into the kitchen, and you can hear them talking.
Anton just says under his breath, hey, that's what I fucking thought. True, that tight. You start to walk into the kitchen.
While his parents are making up?
You listen in. Doing the creep, Katie. I'm doing the creep.
Okay, so is he heading in, or is he just, parking up by the doorway?
Packing up by the doorway.
All right. Feel free. You can roll for alertness and or empathy.
I'll do alertness because it's hard to see, essentially, I imagine.
That's true, but there's still tone. I'll let you have both.
I'll do alertness first.
Yeah.
What's my alertness pool? Let's make sure I'm right on the right thing. Oh yeah, it's 1 less dice. So this is the alertness roll. Nope. Discord, why? 2 successes, and I'll roll the empathy now for you.
All right.
And no successes on the empathy, unfortunately. Just a straight fail. 2 1s, unfortunately.
Okay. So you're not going to get a bunch of extra undertone.
Mm-hmm.
But you do hear them talking, and you're not catching every word by any means, but your dad is apologizing, and your mom's, you can hear her initially kind of writing it off, trying to pretend it didn't happen. But maybe it's with the nudge you gave him, maybe it's with the harsh words and really stepping up to him, but he does take longer than usual. He does make a point of lingering, and you can even hear at one point, especially, with a decent alertness roll, you do hear like the moving, her bustling and kind of avoiding him and finding excuses by having to go back to the fridge or stir what's in the pan or whatever have you. You do hear that pause, and they do talk sincerely for a second. And you can almost hear some sort of resolution, but moments after, she does point out the time, and a couple moments later, you can either still be parked by the door or you have a second to move before he comes out of the kitchen.
I'll move very calmly, just kind of like nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah, I mean the breakfast table is right there. If you want to just like quickly slide into one of the seats,
Pretty much, yeah. He does.
and yeah, you'll see your dad quickly step out of the kitchen, kind of ruffling his hair. You can sense, yeah, I mean, you can tell there's a little regret that he's not going to have time for shit, but he turns a glance, sees that you've moved, doesn't seem especially bothered by it, but he quickly goes for, like, his jacket and his keys, and hurries himself out.
And we'll look at his mom then, staring at her.
Is she in the kitchen?
Yeah, fuck it, he'll go in. Surprise! Yeah, no, but yeah.
You poke your head in, and she is. You could pee in here.
Sure. Ooh, 10 and 8.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell she hasn't necessarily heard you come in. Probably because you're so right by the door, but yeah, she's just kind of quiet, and she's poking around whatever's in the pan. She's got all the shit set out. I mean, she's got like one pan going with eggs, one pan going with bacon. Like she's doing the whole shebang, like she tries to do every morning. But she's just kind of standing there, weight to one side, kind of planted, and poking at it with the spatula, but definitely a little quiet and interned.
You apologize?
She kind of startles. Like you see that little bit of a, even repressed, just that little bit of a jump as she turns to glance around. What? Don't you worry about your dad.
Did he apologize to you?
Of course he did. He always apologizes.
No, it's good.
Don't you worry about your dad.
I worry. I worry.
You know he wasn't always like this.
It doesn't matter. He's like this now.
Well, she kind of turns a glance back to the pans. Breakfast is almost ready, so get yourself, sit down. You brother up?
Get in the shower.
He has a little bit of, like, again, it's the completely involuntary disappointed mom face. She kind of gives her head a shake and, flips the bacon for the last time. All right. You gonna give him a ride in, or am I?
It's up to you. You look like you need a rest.
You got work this morning?
Does he?
Let's find out. No, you're free today. Whatever
free.
you want.
I'm free.
And she kind of laxes a little bit and turns a glance. And you wouldn't mind?
I got this.
Gives a bit of a nod and turns to start, pulling things out of the pans. The bacons are getting set on paper towels to kind of pull off the worst of the grease. The eggs are getting ladled out. All right, well, go ahead and sit down.
Look, I'm sorry for yelling yesterday. I didn't mean to scare you. It's just, I know. I don't like the way he talks to you.
And she starts picking up the plates. Your daddy's just scared.
His knuckles tense.
I know you do what you can, Anton, but your daddy's scared.
What's he scared of?
But she just kind of gestures, with her head because her hands are full around the house.
That way he drinks all the time?
The work hadn't been good. And having the house to worry about, cars, 3 people to take care of. It's a lot.
I miss him work because he's getting drunk all the time. That caring?
It's not a good idea, but... Well, if people only made good decisions, nothing bad would ever happen, would it?
True.
Not the nature of people to only make good decisions.
But that's like saying... It's making an excuse for it.
Everyone's got their demons, Anton. And she just kind of starts setting, sets plates out, sets clear plates for you guys so you can dish appropriately for yourselves. Sets out, a good big serving bowl of scrambled eggs, sets out a plate of bacon. Your brother's starting to tromp down the stairs.
He'll help himself to food, but the tension's there. Like, it's written all over his face. He's blatantly not fucking happy. And with 2 rage, I imagine it's even more intense, Yeah.
And as far as, you did successfully P&E her, so, you can see the strain. Maybe you didn't notice before, maybe you didn't think about it before, but it's not just that she doesn't smile that much anymore. There's little lines of tension around her face.
Honestly, it would just make him more angry. Do you know what I mean? It would, wouldn't it? It would just make him angry to see his mom like that,
And it absolutely makes sense. Rage is not exactly a directed force that you can rationalize with.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just he can see the strain is there.
Yeah,
and it's admittedly it's related to what she's saying, but
I imagine the plate gets that kind of angrily flung down. You know what I mean? I don't even realize he's doing it as he's watching his mom.
You may not realize it until your brother just kind of leans over. He's definitely more awakened himself after a shower, and you're not thinking about it until that head is leaned over next to yours, and he's just in a quiet, kind of reserved tone, chill the fuck out, man.
Turns,
slamming that plate around like it owes you money, and leans back up, starts doling out a helping for himself, a generous helping for himself.
You lean in. How the fuck am I meant to react?
He heaves a shrug.
How the fuck are you so casual about this?
Glances at you. Glances at where your mom is flitting back into the kitchen. You get drinks and stuff. I don't think telling her how it's supposed to be is going to change how it is.
So what, you want me to go and fucking confront him? Because I'll do it again.
You think that helps either?
What
She's
the fuck?
Here, she sees it.
What the fuck are we meant to do?
Shrugs. Get a good job. Get a good scholarship. At least if I can... he kind of glances conspiratorially. First at you and then at the door to the kitchen. Lowers his tone a bit. If I could get that scholarship and get to college, be one less person for them to worry about.
Oh, I gotta roll willpower. Yeah. Oh, God.
There's a 7 there.
There's 7. But that's probably like internally he's just like, I mean,
Oh, he bites his tongue so hard it hurts.
I wouldn't say I would take rage, but can I roll rage? Because like to show how angry he is, like probably
Yeah, as a
like
barometer,
bodily
go
wise.
for it.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking bad.
When he says that, I can get this scholarship with one less meeting to worry about. I imagine, the way you have to kind of reach over in the bowl and scoop out the scrambled egg.
Yep.
That fucking spatula come boom, down. You know what I mean? He doesn't say anything.
He just looks over at you like, dude, but he goes ahead and starts shoveling.
Takes another breath. Scholarship, eh?
Yeah, I got this all figured out. So, nod, little bro nod.
How's the point average doing then? If you got it all figured out.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'm serious. I want to hear. Since you've, taps the side of his head. Got it all there, bro.
Shakes his head. Continue shoveling.
No, come on, Phil. You know more than me.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Continue shoveling.
Stairs.
You're not dead. You don't need to check on my fucking grades.
You said you got a plan. I would love to hear it.
It was an eye roll.
Oh, come on, enlighten me. You know more than me about this shit. Takes a slow bite, watching, waiting. Like, come on, fall for the fucking trap.
Scholarship don't care about grades. They just care if I get enough scores, get enough runs. Get a football scholarship.
Takes
It'll
a
still
bite
get me
of
out.
the way you lift up the bacon and kind of separate it casually as he takes a bite. Really?
Oh, don't you fucking start with me. At least I got a plan.
Because from what I seem to remember, Philip, that the only way to get a scholarship is to achieve a point average grade.
Nah, it's just the only way to stay in the football. Won't keep you on the team if you're failing.
And how are you doing? Are you failing?
Gonna cheat, Einstein.
Cheating.
Shoves his mouth full again. Shrugs.
And if you get caught?
Not gonna.
And how'd you know that?
What are you so interested for in? You're the one who's graduated and just sitting here at the house.
I graduated.
And you're still sitting here at the house.
But I graduated. And I didn't cheat.
Well, how's that working out for you?
Pretty good. Not in
Really?
prison. I can get into any college I want.
Glances to the fucking kitchen. It's funny because you aren't.
It's funny because you aren't either. At least I'll have the actual grade to qualify for college.
Not for a full ride.
I've got enough to get me into a back door, which means I can formulate a due process in time with enough job money. I can set up for a 4-year bachelor.
You're doing a college fucking course.
I can
Cute
hold
little
much,
summer job.
I can hold much more jobs than you think. I don't have to rely
Even
on.
I know college ain't cheap.
No, but I can save, and I can learn, and I can earn. I've got a plan. But see, my plan is involved realistic expectation with realistic goals, not cheating on a fucking test.
Aliens, and again, I don't know if you know, but it don't fucking matter as long as you get the full ride, and as long as the ride's on football, and I'm still good at football. Shrugs. Athletes ain't smart. They just get their fucking jobs and get a fuck ton of money.
Wow. You sound like a regular piece of shit.
Piece of shit that's gonna get out of mom and dad's hair.
And you're gonna leave her with him.
And your mom finally comes out of the fucking kitchen with coffee, OJ, etc. And he just sits back very suddenly, like, shoots you a look. He wanted to say something, but he just sits up so fucking polite.
Oh, I mean, he doesn't even realize that mom's there. Like, that fucking intense fucking stare. You know what I mean? Eventually realizes mom's there, over the corner of his eye.
If nothing else, because she's gonna set a drink right in front of him. And,
Leans back.
he nods the thanks to mom and kind of shoots you a look like, the fuck are you doing? She's right there.
I mean, he keeps looking at him, like, taking a slow sip of the OJ. Do you know what I mean? He's so angry.
And your mom, just in the most calm, very familiar motherly voice, just goes, Anton, leave your brother alone. And just sets a drink next, in front of him next. Sets herself down at the table.
Spreads her hands. I'm just saying, Ma. You want to hear what he was telling me?
No, but I do want him to go to school before he misses another class.
Mm-hmm.
Shoots a glance at him finally, and Anton just puts the hands up like, whoa now.
Grins. I mean, you should have heard him. After all, athletes don't need grades, apparently. That savage
School's
grin.
changed so much since I was in it, I couldn't tell you what they expect anymore. She's just shaking her head over the plate. Like, she just isn't impressed with the entire system anymore.
I don't know, Mom's an A's and A. Is he taking a bite of bacon like looking at his brother like, yeah, you just fucked up now. You know what I mean? That type of stare.
Leave your brother alone.
Leans back.
For what it's worth, your brother's being a total shitlord and casting her the mom, come on, look. And so she's just... It is almost as road as if you were 5 and pushing each other. She's just like, leave your brother alone.
He eventually does relent and just eats, watches his brother leave, I imagine.
And once you've all eaten, and he thankfully shovels quick, and your mom doesn't eat but so much, but she goes ahead and sits up and goes, I'll take him. Because you two have been squabbling over the table. I'm just gonna take him.
I can do it, Mom. You need some rest.
I know you can. But the last thing I need you to do is try to be fist fighting over a steering wheel.
I'm not gonna fist fight him in the car.
Or in front of the school.
Or in front of the school. I promise.
She kind of shoots you the, like, really though look.
I promise. You get some rest. You need it. I told you, I got this.
Alright, just be nice to your brother. She goes ahead and...
That's a maybe, as he says as he's walking out.
Shakes her head, but as the two of you are getting up, your brother's already shrugging on his book bag as, she starts picking up the plates, taking them into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. He goes out to the car, the Honda Civic. Oh, gets in.
And yeah, your brother just slumps into the passenger seat. Throws his book bag in the floor.
Starts the car. Doesn't say anything the whole drive. Says not a word. Pulls up to the school. Turns and looks at him.
He's already getting out. As soon as that thing comes to a stop, the door pops.
Pops open. He rolls down the secondary window. Good luck, brother. Have fun, with your grades and all that, Us graduating folk over here and all that,
You see an eye roll. Flicks you off and runs, starts strolling into the fucking front doors.
Won't have to repeat again. He's just starting to drive away.
At which point, like, as you're driving, you see him kind of turn and being like, look, the arms come up, like, come at me, bro, style, but you're already driving off. Yep. He eventually, like, slumps him down and goes ahead and marches, this time more angrily, into the front doors.
Just chuckles to himself, like, dick.
Oh, goodness. Alright, I need to AFK for just a second. Ooh. Be right back. You think about what you are doing with your day, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna head back out to where I had the confrontation with the weird thingies.
all right, so
Head back.
essentially heading roughly the direction home. I
Yep.
will make it a point of note that, especially as you are now currently, like, you're not riding on a bunch of extra rage, you're not furious. You can objectively sit back, and as you're driving along, you realize, especially with staring down your dad, really digging at your brother, you just objectively have this epiphany that you are, man, you've been madder than normal today. Like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that shit last night just set you off really bad, but man.
Yeah, and he probably thinks that as he's driving. He's like, man, fuck, I'm letting this get to me more than I should have. It's like,
It's definitely, a thought that'll be rolling around in your head. It's just that realization that, man, you are, like, even now, you can finally sit back and objectively look at it and just realize, man, you're angry. But yeah, at least at this point, it's something that, yeah, you can take a second, you can take a breath, you can chill out, but you drive along, take a second to realize, you're kind of grasping the steering wheel a little hard, almost making your hands ache, and you take a second to kind of shake it out, loosen your fingers up. But you drive along, you drive up the way, and yeah, you get about to where you're in front of Lizzie's place.
park the car, obviously, and then walk out and examine the ground, essentially, where he was and all that, kind of looking around.
Well, you do spot the mangled remains of the mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
The cement plug at the bottom has been almost completely shattered off. There's some little bits clinging to the post, but most of it is showered off, and you can see it there on the ground.
Looks for the footsteps, essentially. Looks at foot on the ground.
Roll me some survival.
Yes.
This could get pretty interesting. You find them. Find where you stopped. Like, to be fair, you weren't exactly being delicate last night.
Mm-hmm.
So you find, where you started in. You don't see anyone else's footprints, for what it's worth. But you do see where you crunched in while you were mad and just pushing through everything. You can see where branches are broken, where you've kind of stormed a path.
Yeah, do follow the path, essentially.
And yeah, you follow it. You see where you charge the first time, and then it changes direction where you lunge the second time. And it's funny because it goes for a bit and then it just fucking stops.
He frowns and looks down, like, what the hell?
Yeah. You re-examine, you backtrack a little, you make sure you've got this straight, but yeah, like, it just fucking stops. Roll me a perception alertness.
Sure. You do that.
Or if you have it, you can do investigation at a lower diff.
I have investigation. So diff.
We'll put it at
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. So you backtrack and you
successes.
come forward and you
3.
and you're really looking at it, and as you're glancing around, as you're really studying this, and you're studying the area beyond, because something should be there. It shouldn't just stop. This isn't where you ended up. Just a bit away, you just luck out and you spot in the brush kind of a kind of chromy glint. But it's over there. Like, it's a good, I'll say, 10 feet away.
Yeah, he'll frown and start walking over towards it. Like, what the fuck?
And as you root around in the brush, because there's pretty thick brush here, why you had a pretty easy time following your trail. You root around, you find the remains of your clothes. The chromy glint was the back of your phone.
Is my phone still
sunlight.
Is my phone still alive, or like it pressed the button?
It is. I mean, thankfully it was in your clothes, and while your clothes are like, it's kind of scary because, like, you find your clothes and they're shredded. Like, they popped at the seams, obviously, but they also just, they kind of just tore themselves apart. It looks like something has almost ripped them up, except you can, well, yeah, they just look torn apart. But your phone is still in the pocket there. It had actually half flown out, so you saw the back of it glint. So
Pick
you've
up
got
the
that.
phone.
You've got whatever was in your pockets, but like as you start like kind of picking up your, your usual clothes, they are torn the fuck apart.
What in the world? Like examines them and like stares.
And yeah, as you're examining them closely, it's not cut, it's ripped. Like they're jagged tears in the fabric. A lot of them popped at the seams first, but there's still more rips than that. Like it looks like they just came the fuck apart.
He'll look around very casually.
There's nothing else there. There's no signs of other footprints. There's no sign of anyone else.
It's fucking weird, man. He kind of picks up the clothes very quickly, kind of bundles them under, like he even zipping up his jacket and starts making his way quickly back towards his car.
Yeah, you go unmolested.
He'll
As you get up to the street,
hmm
let's see. Yeah, you'll see like way up towards the house. Up at Lizzie's place, the gardener's there. And I mean, he just pops up and waves at you from way the fuck over there.
He'll wave back as he's casually making it towards the boot of his car and pop open the boot essentially. Just throw the clothes quickly in.
Yeah, there's no way the guy from way over there can see what you're tucking in.
And he'll just casually close the boot back down like, nothing to see here. Innocent whistle.
Yeah. The guy just gives you a cursory wave and goes back to what he was doing. You now have some shredded clothes, but you've got your phone back.
He'll look at the phone then, like, staring at it.
It's getting a little on the low side on battery, but it seems fine. You see a couple texts from your sister, like checking to see if you're okay. Even a couple texts from your mom. Which, to her credit, there's an initial, like, text, and then there's a pause, and then there's, like, you can tell they get more worried.
Strange. You just kind of look around one more time. It's fucking strange, man.
Let's see. You're still pretty close to someone's home, but let's give your primal urge check just for fun.
Sure.
At least back where you were by your clothes, we'll say you just got a sense that things were kind of weird. Like, even more so, like, before you picked up the clothes and all, or as you're picking up and examining them, looking around, like, things just felt a little weird. Like, the hairs on your arms kind of stood up a little, but there's nothing really to go on. So you're looking around, there's something weird, but can't put your finger on it.
He'll walk back to where that feeling around where his clothes are, kind of looking around again.
Yeah, just beyond there's a little bit of a clear area, probably where she picked you up. You see, you'll see where she stormed in looking for you. A lot of stuff broken as she went this way and that, probably calling you. And eventually the area where she found you.
And he'll examine... Yeah, he'll begin to examine that area really as well, because, like, how did he get from over here to over... You know what I mean? Trying to add it up, essentially.
It is the weirdest shit. There is just this huge gap between point A and point B where nothing is disturbed. Like, it's like nobody was ever there.
He'll just tug at his necklace a bit and then tug at his collar. Like,
Ooh, that's another good point. You know what? Roll me another primal urge. You go and you tug at the necklace and everything. You kind of put your hand on it, kind of give the cord a little tug. It's definitely firmly there, but it's funny. You like wrap your hand around that stone at the bottom. It's with that weird glyph. You don't even know what it means. It's probably some, I don't know, fucking native thing. You don't know, but it gives you the weirdest, like, almost reassuring sense. Like you feel very much for that moment. Like things are kind of weird. The hairs on your arms are still kind of up, but you wrap your hand around that, and it's just, you know what? That's you're good. You know where you are.
He seems visibly relaxed then, like, okay. Nods to himself and kind of
Like the
takes
lucky
him,
charm has never felt so lucky as it does right now. Essentially,
yeah, he kind of nods to himself then and relaxes a bit more. What he'll do then is he'll just take one casual look around, like, if I've landed here, you know what I mean? Like looking up into the trees, essentially, like
and
almost
it's
trying to see,
funny.
like he's trying to see, did I fall out of a tree or something? What the fuck?
It's funny because there's no sign of anything in any of the trees, even the ones where like you can even see where you smack that cement block against the branch, and there's no sign of anything except you hitting it with a cement block.
Mm-hmm.
But you could have sworn you saw like people or something people sized, like even if it was like a mountain lion or something, there should be like claw marks, there should be signs of where it passed, even if it was like deer trail level signs. There's just nothing.
And what he'll do is hold on. He'll hold on to the necklace and try to recreate that familiar feeling of sense as he's looking around again. Like he'd been doing before.
And for the moment, I'm just going to say you do successfully activate it. Feel free to roll Primal Urge with the plus
What?
2 die.
+2 dice. Okay. 6 from large. 2.
It's weird because you can tell, like physically looking, there's no signs that anything was there. But you feel like your instinct on this isn't wrong. Something was there. And you did go from this point to that point way over there. Like, you did. But there's definitely something off. There's something. There's something you're missing.
He'll nod to himself. Okay. And what he'll do is he'll just nod. And he'll walk back to his car and almost make up his mind like the next time I feel that feeling. Yeah. It's almost like I think the resolve is that maybe I've missed what I'm missing here. Maybe I'm not seeing something the right way. And he'll make up his mind then to kind of wait for that feeling to come back, if you get me.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's obviously thinking this is some gut instinct or something. So he'll kind of wait for that feeling to come back once he, kind of resolves like, all right, I've seen what I need to see, and he'll start making back toward his way back towards the car.
All right, you head back to the car. There are a handful of places you could go. Your mom's home all day.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, you can even let her know what you're up to now that you have your phone back. But there are a handful of places that you like to go. You don't have work today, but Lord knows that, like, beyond the trails that you have to walk all the time with these novice hiking groups, you know a lot of the trails through here. There's some really beautiful landmarks. There's some great little kind of hidden places. There's at least one, like, you can't even really call it a lake. But there are places where, like, there used to be mines that have filled with water. Great little swimming hole type places. There's all sorts of places you could go.
He probably will. He'll probably drive out to one of those places and wander for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reconnect with nature. Essentially, that's what he'll do. Almost trying to make. It's almost like he's trying to calm himself.
Yeah, and you drive out, and this is one of those roads in the middle of nowhere. You'll pass a car now and again, but they're probably all cars that you recognize. They got a nasty case of the small town around here. It's not even town per se. It's just that, like, there's only so many people that live in the area, and you've met them all at some point or another.
Mhm.
So you'll see a car pass, and no, oh, it's that guy. But you go on out, and you do. One of those awesome things is there's a lot of old mines that at this point they're clear. There's nothing dangerous down there, but the original like mining hole or mining shaft has filled with water. And there's nothing dangerous in there to worry about. It's just a nice deep shaft, and it's essentially become a great swimming hole. And so you wander out, to one of those places, and as you get there, this you turn off. You head down the trail as far as your car can get, and sooner or later you'll have to pop out and
Yep.
and just kind of hike down. It's not a long way. You don't need any gear for this. But as you finally hop down and you come through some of the brush and stuff, you look around and it's just kind of, oh. And as you look around, you can tell some group of people found this place and they left it kind of a wreck. There's like you can even tell where they put tents. You can tell where they just spilled out their little camp grill. There's garbage and shit.
How recent, from what I can tell?
It was probably last night sometime. At this point, they're pretty well gone, but it's kind of a mess.
Oh, yeah, he kind of gets it. Oh, for God's sake!
Like they even they bagged up some of their trash, and then just left the bags sitting there. A raccoon's gotten into one of them and torn out some of the garbage.
Kind of just rubs his face like motherfucker. You start to try and painstakingly try and help kind of clean everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thankfully it was just one group. They could only do so much damage, but man, they must have tried. Man. You can tell someone came here and drank. People pitched cans around. And yeah, as you're doing this, as you're picking up, you're out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Hit me some of that primal urge.
Sure. Fetish active, or is it just standard thing? I can never understand.
At the moment, no.
Cool.
Essentially, I'm not making you roll to activate it for the moment, but I am kind of putting the. I'm going to try to emphasize the difference of him grabbing it or invoking it.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure. That's cool.
For the moment, no. You got one, and it's just. You get a sense, more than normal. This is such a good, hidden, natural place. This is even a place where nature's kind of taken back what people have done when they went mining. And it rubs you really bad the wrong way. It just feels very wrong that you're having to pick up all this garbage. I don't know. Again, it's kind of that kind of makes your hair stand up feeling of wrong. There's definitely a tinge to it this time.
You know what? He's going to go back into his car. He's going to take out some lighter fluid.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to pile the dirt into one big pile where they obviously made some sort of makeshift fireplace. He's going to spray the lighter fluid.
For a fire pit that you guys have used before. Yeah. You've even blocked it off with rocks and everything.
He'll pile all the litter into the one thing and he'll pour the lighter fluid all over it. Using his lighter, he's going to light the fucking thing on fire.
Yeah. You pile all the garbage. There's plenty of deadfall around. It is not hard to get wood to put over it to make sure it burns to nothing. And like I said, this is a place that the locals hang out often enough that there is a place that has been kind of dug out and cleared for a fire pit. Stones have been scavenged from the area since, that stuff had to be dug out to make the mine in the first place. There's plenty of that as well. So yeah, you have no problem setting up, a cursory campfire. You know what you're doing. And set it up. And it starts burning.
And once he burns, he's going to tug on his bracelet again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to roll Primal Urge again to see, does that feeling of rogness still linger?
Do it. All right, here's where it gets fun. Yes, actually, you definitely, like, impulse wise, you feel like that was the right thing to do, to go ahead and clean up the clutter and the garbage and just get rid of it in the most simple way possible. But there's still something setting you on edge. There's just kind of a sense of wrong. And you don't know what it is, but you actually, with that many successes, you kind of feel a tug, and it's almost like you feel like there's something there that shouldn't be, and you can't see it. You know it's there, but you can't see it.
Yeah, he starts to get angry. He's like,
Feel free to take a rage.
I will.
It's definitely something that, like, even if you don't understand why, it will definitely be cause for a point of rage.
Yeah, I'll take a rage.
Yeah, you can tell there's something there, and you root around and you look, and you even, you feel like you keep getting led over to the same area every time, but you can't see it. But you
What
know
area?
it's wrong, but you can't see it.
What area am I being led to?
You find, like, kind of a cleared out, stomped down area where people obviously, like, popped up tents for the night just to crash in. Not too far from where, like, the stuff from the grill had been spilled out. In fact, you actually managed to weaponize the coal in your little fire, scooping it up, tossing it in there. But, like, you keep getting drawn back to the same point. And there's something wrong. Like, but you've scoured this place clean of garbage. But there's something wrong.
With that many successes, as I'm standing there over this place, and I put my hand on the ground, can I sense, is it coming from the ground?
It's not like it's emanating from the ground, but it's still, you're feeling a sense of wrong. And if you would like, I will let you kind of instinctually roll gnosis as you're trying so hard to feel out where the difference is. And the gauntlet is really low out here. That is enough. It's really low.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's funny because you reach down and you, like, push your hand into the ground, and you're, like, kind of digging your fingers into the earth a little bit, and you're really trying to figure out where it's coming from. And suddenly it's kind of like the tone of everything around you shifts. Maybe it's that suddenly you don't hear the crackle of the fire anymore. You don't smell the smoke. You don't smell any of that. It's just, it's almost like the entire, like, air changes very abruptly.
He kind of looks around like, what the fuck?
And you look around and everything is, you snap a glance up and everything is kind of tinged wrong. Like, man, it's so much greener, and that water is perfect and clear, but more importantly, let me see if I can quickly... I didn't plan. Been kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. Give me one moment for not quite technical difficulties. No, that's inappropriate. Not at all what I want. Fuck it, we'll use this guy. So you're looking around, look at all this lovely, lovely area. I might actually be able to even emulate kind of the effect you're getting, is that, like, it gets, like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's weird. It's offset and it's weird. But you, like, look up and everything's kind of off color and it's distracting initially, but weirdly silent. And as you get yourself turned around, see this fucker.
No.
He's just standing there staring at you.
He kind of stares at it like, what?
I will note for the sake of being flat with you that like as you're looking around, you're seeing things. There's lots of little things flitting, and you can't seem to set your eyes on them. But you turn around, and this thing is just fucking staring at you.
He's like, he takes like scrambles back, like, what the fuck?
And it's not big. It's about the size of like your average little trash bag. But it's got all sorts of things oozing out of it, but they seem a little more solid. It's not just trash oozing out. It actually picks them up and moves them like limbs. And it starts kind of slumping. Like initially it's just kind of slumping after you, like examining. It actually has to kind of bend down to move to plant these weird non-limbs on the ground. But it kind of crawls after you.
It scrambles. What the fuck are you? What the
It belches just a terrible fucking smell. It continues to kind of it's a very slow advance. It doesn't look very well put together.
Do I get the same feeling of wrongness?
Oh god, yes. Like if you could point at something and be like, that's fucked up, that would be this thing.
Okay.
And it just continues again. It's not moving fast. It's not the most menacing thing, except that it's obviously alien and wrong, and just every hair on your body is on end. But it's slumping after you. The kind of, and especially if you ever let it get very close, it kind of tries to reach out, and the nasty kind of held together by inky, oozy shit limbs resolve as it reaches out for you, and you see things like sharp edges of plastic and whatnot at the tips of the limb.
Instead of taking rage through fear, I think you take rage through anger.
Absolutely you can. This thing is clearly fucked up. Feel free to take rage.
Mm-hmm. I have to roll it because I'm at 4 now. Fuck me.
Dope boy.
Hey-o! Jeez.
Would you like to take Krynos or Hispo?
I'm a friend. I'm friend. I'm friending, aren't I?
You are, but those two war forms, you can take either one, even in Frenzy.
Oh, I thought you just had to take Krynos in Frenzy.
Nah, you can choose Hispo if you want.
Krynos.
Yeah, you just suddenly that fury is just incredibly overwhelming, and yeah, you snap up to Krynos, and are you going to bite or claw at it? Because you're going for
Mad.
it.
I'm clawing. Yep, full fucking bore, full claw.
Okay.
This is not the greatest attack though for this poor fucker, so it's only 5 dice. Not the greatest Krynos dice pool, unfortunately for Out Anton.
I mean, plus 4 strength helps at the very least.
Get 2 successes.
2 successes. Claw it with your claws.
6. That. Plus 2 for claws. Jesus Christ. Even that. Jesus Anton. Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
Alright, this thing is pretty small. It takes 3.
I have to spend rage, so I drop a rage.
You do. Let me pop up a little notepad here so I can keep track of them. But yeah, you reach out and just rip into it. Not as hard as you could have. There's definitely resistance. You're not admittedly objective enough to really take note. But you do tear into it, and there's, like, whatever little primal bit of your mind is riding along, it's very satisfying to rip into this thing. It is going to try to lash back at you with its creepy, like, sharp, garbagey hand. Let's see. We'll Just go for small pulls while I fill things out. That is 1. Remind me, are claw attacks generally +1 for damage?
Yeah, claw. I know Crane's claw is 2, but generally claw attacks +1.
Okay. Yep, definitely small. Okay. So, soak me 1.
Nope.
No.
No, I haven't rolled yet. I said no problem at all. So that's 6. Yeah, it's 6 in Krynos. Boss.
Oh, yeah. Very well. You have a rage action, sir.
I do. I'm gonna hit it again.
Get it.
Here.
Jesus.
3.
Yup. Get it.
So that's at 6. Plus that. 10 again.
1, 2, 3, 4,
1,
5.
5.
Alright. Make this thing a little bigger just because it's no fun otherwise. So it will survive, but it is your turn again.
Okay, 1 sec. I have the Krynos image.
Ooh, do you have a Krynos image for him?
Good lord. I had several pure breed.
You do have that pure breed.
He'd be jet black. There you go. You can zoom in.
I see what you did there.
I mean, it's perfect because he's jet fucking black. I have to spend rage, so I'll spend rage.
Yep. And a whiff.
I botched though. That's a botch.
Oh.
I could fall into him or something. I don't know.
I will say he can make his next attack at a lower diff because you kind of bumblefuck it.
Yeah, too much wild swinging.
This is definitely not a controlled thing for you. So yeah, nope. you wild the fuck out and he will get his next attack at a lower diff.
Yeah, I spaz out essentially. So yeah, roll your shit.
He'll essentially get a flank attack because you're showing him your fucking side and shoulder.
Yep. Roll it. Do this.
Soak me 3. Jesus.
I was soak you. I won't just soak you 3. I'll fucking annihilate it.
Jesus fuck. She could soak like all the time. Yeah,
right.
it swipes at you again. It's again, there is just on a primal level this immense satisfaction as every time it strikes out at you, it just kind of scrapes over your hide. It just can't seem to get purchase.
Pathetic.
You are a fucking god.
Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus, Anton, man. 6.
I'm gonna have to give you bigger things to fight.
I just don't look at the dice, man. 4 is 10, and yeah, it's 12.
So, would you like to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just for fun gonna to see if it soaks any of that. So 8 more. That is still more than enough. Would you like to narrate your kill?
So, once it strikes out into its side, he exposes his right flank of his right towards his kidneys, and it hits out at him. The Krynos lets out this more or less like the gift, this snarl of contempt and judgment, at how pathetic that was. Picks it up and just fucking like explodes everywhere in this showering crescendo of viscera and trash and just that primal snarl right at the end of just this frenzied beast of death.
And we are again going to play a beautiful narrative game as you tear into this sucker, like you rip it. Garbage and viscera fly everywhere. It doesn't take long. You're still like smashing the pieces in your frenzy, and it finally, dissipates, just fades away, and you find yourself left in this, again, just kind of distorted. Like as the frenzy fades, as the red kind of finally edges its way to the corners of your vision, I'm not gonna have you drop Krynos because that's no fun. And you just start, you're heaving, you're breathing, and you're just slowly ramping down from that intense fury and realizing like you're doing this just in time to see the bits and pieces kind of wisp away. And looking around, and everything is still so green. And you feel so big.
It feels very weird, like him being that powerful, He like looks around, he looks down at his hands then as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you look down. You know exactly what you see. These massive claws spattered with admittedly kind of oily blackened viscera, but yeah, you look down at where your hands should be, and instead there are massive paws with big curved talons and like the paw pads on your palm and on your fingertips. But that is not what should be there.
He kind of stumbles back a bit, like the big form just onto the ground. He just tries to speak, and it comes out probably as the snarling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that is exactly how that goes. You snarl, you growl. It's not words. It's also not helping that as you fall back and are looking down at your feet, you're beginning to see more of yourself.
Yeah, kind of like, what the fuck am I? That type of like, ugh, ugh. Kind of just looks around, and how is the environment reacting to him?
That is a very good question. So for one, I'll point out that there is a convenient water hole right there with beautiful, clear, just mirror smooth water. But the environment is responding. And I will give you a moment to investigate the lake as I pretend really hard that I prepared for this at all.
Yeah, he'll go into the lake. Probably actually just dip his hands in it. Like the big mass snarling talon.
And yeah, you go and you step forward and you reach out to the water, and again there's definitely a reflection as you stretch out over it. But you're able to dunk your big clawed hands in, and it feels like just refreshingly cool, calm. Like that sense of wrongness has begun to fade as you plunge your hands in, as you rinse off that eerie inky blackness. It just fades in the water. And
stares at the reflection of himself like, whoa.
Yup.
I mean, unless something interrupts him, he's just gonna like, that's kind of shock really, because it's like just sees that big primal snout, the deadly fangs, just jet black fur. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you will get to stare for a hot second. It'll take a second for something else to catch your attention, but when it finally does, you realize you'll see it in your peripheral vision. And actually, you can even roll alertness to see how long it takes you to catch on, how close they are by then.
Sure, I will. I'll roll alertness. One.
So they're not like literally touching you by the time you look up. It'll be a little movement in your pretty immediate peripheral, so it kind of forces you to look away because it's getting close. And as you're looking around you, you're seeing, man, that shouldn't exist. Essentially, it's all sorts of things. Maybe it's something that starts to slip close to your hand. It looks kind of like a snake, but it doesn't have like that venomous kind of pointed face structure. And you could swear that the scales are kind of spouting off to the point where they begin to look like leaves. A number of, well, you'd swear they're normal animals, except like you see, you turn a glance, and over where you ripped the thing to shreds and it faded away, you see again a raccoon, of all things, but it's weird and it's ghostly and it feels clever. It feels more intelligent than it should be. Like, it's really looking around, and you get the sense it's not just scavenging, it's really looking. And it scratches here and there, and it periodically turns and looks at you. Like, really fucking looks at you.
He'll crane his head looking at it. Like, buh.
But yeah, especially with this thing gone, like, you'll you turn and you glance, and back where you know you lit a fire, like where the fire pit is or should be, that's where like stuff starts really getting weird. You know, you scan a glance over the water. The water's moving now. That like it's rippling, and there are things moving, and they're not fish.
Yeah, he kind of stumbles back from the water, like, duh!
And yeah, you stumble back, and one of the little, like, is the happiest little blob of water you've ever seen in your life. It's almost kind of sylph-like. It's almost people-shaped. Almost. It, like, pops up out, like, plants its head on the hands on the edge, and, like, pops its little head up. Keeps its lower body submerged. But you get the sense it looks at you, and you can like, visibly see the little head cant to the side. You scramble back from that, and again, the peripheral catches your eye, and where you know you lit that fire, you see very similar, very humanoid-shaped little things dancing around and reeling and springing and laughing, and just, man, that's weird.
Yep, stumbles back from that as well. So, like, falls eventually in a heap on his ass. This gigantic rhino's like, oh! What the fuck is this place? And I imagine that just comes out as garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll kind of reflexively come out as high tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because one of that little thing that's resting on the edge of the water hole, it is propped there, and it has like draped one arm across the edge, and one has its elbow planted with its little head resting in its hand. And it talks back, because I'm pretty sure water spirits teach languages. So
they do.
And it just kind of bubbles back at him. And it just... It's the water hole, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, yes, obviously. It kind of gives that second, like, wait, what? You could talk.
What are you about?
But you...
Oh my god, this is too good. I'm using him.
Oh, I know who you're about to use.
No, you don't. This is random as fuck. But I love it. So it's happening. Sans the little Triforce. Like, it does not have a Triton. But this little fucking buggy-eyed thing. It's fucking beautiful.
That would have been beautiful. No, what is... what is this place?
It's this place.
That is not a place.
It shoots off a little spout of water. It's not shooting nearly far enough to get you. It just kind of like fountains some onto the ground.
What am I?
It kind of dramatically to the side. It's not like the tiny head can't. It's like goes almost like 90 degrees. You're our brother.
If the Curb Your Enthusiasm music could start playing, do you know what I mean? Fucking Anton's brain just fucking explodes. Like, what?
Our brothers haven't been here for a very long time.
Brothers?
Yes. It like pops up a little bit, plops back into the water. And again, for what it's worth, this thing is like smaller than it's like maybe the size a little bigger than your human hand. It is currently tiny. It's flitting around on the surface, swimming in circles.
Stands up, pad.
What's he doing coming up right up to the edge?
Yep.
Pauses mid-cycle, like right up at the edge of the water. Doesn't seem scared of him at all.
He's not trying to be intimidating. He's more like, you have answers. You know what I mean?
Stares up with you with those giant fucking eyeballs.
Where are they gone?
Don't know.
That is not helpful.
Nope.
Okay. Apart from your brother, what else am I? What are these? Holds up his hands.
It looks at the hands. Looks at him. Looks at the hands. Look at him. Points with its weird little tentacle arm. Those are your hands?
No, my hands are soft and fleshy. This is fur. You know what I mean? Like imagine that snarls much like that. Even though it doesn't mean to, it's just like echoes, you know what I mean?
It like does the disjointed blink where it blinks one eye and then the other. Yep, definitely your hand.
Well, how do I not be this? I don't look like this.
Then don't look like that.
How can I not look like this? I saw the thing, I got really angry, and now I'm big.
Sage nod. Yes. That's what you're supposed to do. If you don't want to be big anymore, stop being big. It shoots like the tiniest little spray of water, like just enough to hit his nose and be like, bloop, bloop, bloop. Like not even enough to make him sneeze.
He does the snort like, you know what I mean? Like dogs
it like
do.
bloops onto the surface.
Stop being big.
The little mouth, like none of the rest, the eyes stay just under the surface. The little mouth like pokes up just over the surface of the water and goes, be yourself.
Neil closes his eyes and concentrate, and oh god, this is going to be painful.
I mean, he can revert pretty readily. That part's easy. As soon as he really sets in his head that he wants to just be himself again, he'll snap down. It's surprisingly painful when you're not in a frenzy. Things snap and pop and just, but it's very quick and it's very easy.
He probably falls to his knees, I'd imagine, because fuck, that was sore. Oh.
Face slowly. I wish you could see the stupid hand gestures I'm doing, but the face like slowly bloops up out of the water.
Ow. Fuck. That was really painful.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. It's like my whole body just literally snapped in half. Ugh. Oh, fuck, I'm naked again.
Yes.
Covers his private parts.
Again, the dramatic head tilt like 90 degrees to the other side. One eye blinks, the other eye blinks. It's not looking down at what he's covering. It's just looking at him.
So, I'm your brother.
Head snaps straight up again. Yes!
Just you.
Oh no, you're all our brothers. You're my brother. Points a tentacly arm over at the raccoon. You're his brother. Points a tentacly arm over at, like, there's a random deer that, like, kind of stops dead as soon as he points at it. Like deer in headlights style. You're his brother. Points over at the little dancing, like, weird little fiery imps. Kind of reminds you of that, like, the night at whatever mountain animation from Fantasia. Like, points over at them. You're their brother.
Okay. Can they talk like you?
No.
Not even the raccoon.
Spec down to half under.
Looks over at the raccoon. Eyes narrow.
The raccoon looks back at you. Its eyes also narrow. Like, I see your shit.
You can talk, can you?
Look.
I'm about to meet the indignant thing itself.
Oh, Jesus, it says any spirit can teach this gift. This is probably really wrong because it's Wormfoe.
Fuck it.
It just looks at you. The eyes stay narrowed. The ears have twitched forward.
You can understand me.
The ears flick back. I'll let you be an idiot if you want.
Stands up indignantly. Like, I see your shit. No,
sadly, you can't get a good enough grasp. It's just looking at you. Like a sus-ass raccoon.
He'll begin.
He'll what?
I'll walk over to the raccoon. Picking up some water, actually.
Like, you scoop up some water and the little water spirit's like, hey! But, I mean, it doesn't actually protest. It's like, buh! And the raccoon, like, just kind of fucking gives you the straight on look. Where's that fucking raccoon? I'm using my raccoon. Where is he? Hold on. I didn't make this shit for nothing.
Oh, I know what raccoon you're using.
Darn tootin' you do. Is he in my playlist folder? Yes, he is.
Dense motherfucker.
There you go.
There he is. He'll hold out his hands with a bit of water out towards him.
He looks at you real good.
Come on.
And he reaches up and, like, as you, like, have your cupped hands held up, he weirdly, like, there's none of the normal fear of humans in him. He kind of reaches forward, plunks his little paws in it, actually scoops up some of the water in your palms, reaches up, uses it to kind of splash over his face and rubs his little cheeks and face. Like, yes.
It's good, isn't it?
Points. It is the distinct I'm onto your shit look. Little eyes narrow again.
Takes a long sip of the water, looks up at him. Sprays it out in his face.
Oh, he gets so big. He's like his little wet face, and there's a blink of like, oh, you didn't. Pulls himself up to his full raccoon height.
Mm-hmm.
And proceeds to say, as per the picture, while pointing emphatically, look here, motherfucker.
Called it.
He's the angriest, biggest raccoon.
I knew you could speak. Drops the water so it goes everywhere.
And from behind you, the little water spirit again, like, hey. Doesn't do shit.
Oh, I'm
just like, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, looks back at the angry raccoon approaching quite fast.
The angry raccoon is still just kind of puffing.
I knew you could speak.
He might be doing like the slow march at you, like, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna fuck you up, little stomp. But not like actually fast advancing or anything.
Stands up to his full sight. I knew you could speak. Fucking knew it.
He kind of takes 1 second, looks you up and down as you draw yourself up to full height. Reconsiders. Skipper.
Hey, get the fuck back here.
He makes for the brush, like.
Hey. I tricked you. You owe me.
The little whiskered face pokes out. No, technically, he owes you. Points a little stumpy finger back towards the water.
Eyes narrow. I'm onto your shit.
He's up in a tree. The tree does not look amused. You're not sure how you get the impression the tree doesn't look amused, but it definitely doesn't look amused.
You just say, no, I tricked you. I got you. You may owe me. So do you.
A little agitated fluff.
Don't you fluff me. Puts his hands on his hips, removing his hand from his private parts.
It starts chortling. It has enough of a sense of humor to know that that's embarrassing.
Puts his hand quickly back. Hey. Eyes off the prize.
I mean, you don't have to put it right out there. Just saying.
Making a point.
Civilized animals have sheaths.
Well, I don't have a sheath because I turned into a gigantic rage. Fuck you.
Yeah, but then your Addy becomes an innie. Another chortling noise.
How about I get some more water and spray you again?
Nope. Starts clambering higher up the tree, which looks even more annoyed. Or senses as vaguely annoyed.
He'll walk up to the tree. Mind give me a hand here? I'll put some water at your roots.
Yeah, that seems to be enough for it. With the suitable bribe, the tree makes the weirdest kind of shrugging gesture, and there's just a kind of a like, hey, as the little raccoon like dunk 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 down out of the tree, tumbles into the brush, in a little ball of fluff.
Stares at it.
A little hand pokes out again, pointing accusingly. This is your fault.
It is. But the tree agreed. You owe me just as much as for Big Eyes over there.
The water spirit again like blinks one eye, blinks the other. Raccoon like looks over. No. The tail pops up. I don't owe you anything. I didn't make a deal. It prances very.
Tricked you though, so that must be worth something. If I tricked the mighty raccoon as he's walking back over the water to do as he promised, and you pour the. It's like I'm just borrowing this. I have to make a deal. I have to honor a deal. As he picks
Actually,
up
the water spirits don't seem especially agitated. You're doing with water what water is meant to do. They're swimming around. As long as you don't scoop one of them up, they don't seem to care. There's a lot of them in there.
He'll scoop some of the water and spread it out over the roots as promised.
Yeah. The water spirits don't seem to mind. The tree seems pretty pleased with itself. The raccoon is still standing there, like prancy paws.
I did trick the raccoon though, so that must be worth something.
You finally, like... This is awkward because you do not have clothes for him to grip onto, but he does kind of shimmy up your leg and up your back.
Ugh.
You can feel the little claws dig in a little bit. Not enough to do any real damage, but they do dig. It's kind of like, ugh. And he ends up on your shoulder. Like what? Very small trick. Get a very small price.
It's fine.
Very small. Brings up
Very
his
small.
little hand and like does the little fingers and thumbs thing, like very small.
Very small.
Yes. Very small. Squinches
Alright.
his fingers a little closer together.
Yeah. Hey. No take backsies.
Very small.
Nope. Water spirit saw it. Points.
No, the water spirit like spits a little fountain into the air. It of course spatters back into the pond. Well, the watering hole. There are some other spirits kind of chortling nearby. There's a lot of them. It seems like almost everything is kind of alive, more so than it should be. And there's definitely some chortling in the near area.
A new point and a tree. You have witnesses, big man.
Hey, I said very small.
Yeah, but you're decreasing the size. You're taking backsies. That is the sacred oath that you are
Super
breaking.
small. Making sure you know how small.
No, you are changing your size. You are taking back. Everyone, he is taking back.
There's more snortling. The raccoon becomes even more indignant, kind of puffs himself up. Hey. Reaches out, puts his tiny paw on your cheek like, hey. Just calm it down now. Woosa rubs your cheek in like a circular motion.
I mean, we can negotiate. Or I can just keep telling everybody how much you're taking back.
You want?
I want to know exactly what I am and what the fuck is happening.
Oh, that's all? Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of sits on a perch on your shoulder. Dear Gru.
What the fuck's that?
Shrug. You just
That's
are.
not helpful
Dear
at all.
Gru.
What is that? Sounds like
It's
some
an
sort of fucking
instinct.
Italian food thing.
Yeah, it does.
So the fuck am I?
You're the Guru. Your
Yeah.
sniffs, like leans right into your ear, like snuffling around your cheek and your jawline and stuff. You're a baby.
Hey.
Just a little
turning
baby
18.
Guru.
I am
Are
turning
you
18.
lost? You should have had a
No.
kin fetch.
The fuck's a kin fetch?
Tugs on his ear. Keep up.
Ow.
It's not hard, it's just a little obnoxious as shit.
What's a kin fetch?
I would have told the others you were here, but you don't have one. Sucks to be you.
What others?
Now you have to take care of us all by yourself.
What?
Oh yeah,
Why do I have to do it?
because it's your job.
But-
Big old snarly McSnarl face. Tugs on your ear again.
But I'm really... Stop doing that.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Boops him on the snout.
Hey. Like snip snaps at his finger. Doesn't actually try to catch it, but like nya.
That wasn't part of the deal.
No, it wasn't part of the deal. Isn't that the best part? And he like finally kind of stands up, plants his paws, like first one in your hair, then the other, like as he props up using your head to kind of look around. Nope, just you, buddy. You're fucked. That's okay.
That's
That one was little.
right. Yippee.
Definitely good. Pats you on the head as he plops back down on your shoulder. He finally sits in the most human fashion, like literally plops his little butt on your shoulder, little legs dangling.
So, turns with the raccoon towards the water spirit. Guru,
Yeah?
what does that mean?
It means you protect us.
Right. And the big... Rawr, makes that motion.
That's the thing you protect us from.
Just the creepy Nightmare Before Christmas trash bin.
Oh no, there are bigger ones. That was a little one.
Right. Okay.
It was just started. They brought
That's
it with
good.
them. Sage nod.
Who did?
The people. Always people.
What people?
Shrug.
Is it like a group of people?
It's always people.
Well, then I better go find the people who did this.
Another, like, shrug is heaved. People just carry things like that with them. They always do.
Okay.
Except you. You're not quite people. Ruffles his hair.
Right. And how do I find others who are like me?
Somehow, the raccoon achieves a shrug. There aren't any around here. Just you. Pokes his
Just me.
nose.
Well, then. It's great. Great. Wonderful. And so I just turn into a big angry machine.
Yeah, usually.
Okay. That's horrifying.
Nah, it's good. Smushes his cheek again. Rubs it, with his tiny paw.
So is that it? That all I need to know? Or do I learn anything? Or do I do anything? Or
He's the
you
one that
Obi-Wan
owes you
Kenobi?
points.
Looks at the water spirit. You Obi-Wan Kenobi now? Am I getting Star Wars? Is this what's happening?
Both of the spirits just kind of look at you. All the spirits that are actually paying any attention just kind of like, bleh.
Is this what's happening? This is what's happening.
He owes you points. I don't have to teach
So
you
what-
anything. You just said you wanted to know. Looks very proud of himself.
Frowns at him. We'll get to you later. Looks at the bug-eyed water thing. What do you owe me?
A thing!
What thing? Elaborate.
Pardon as I fiddle around because I put this in the wrong folder now. Pretty much that. Other folder. Holds up his little tentacle arms excitedly. A thing.
Again, that's not very descriptive.
I could teach you a thing. I could give you a thing.
Teach me a
I
thing.
could tell you a thing.
Teach me a thing.
Okay. Are you sure? The
Yeah.
one eye blinks, the other eye blinks.
Sure. Teach me a thing.
Do you want to learn how to talk? He like wobbles a tentacly arm to just whatever other spirit happens to be closest to the watering hole. The doe kind of pops its head up like, boo. Or do you want to learn how to do a thing? And it splooshes the little tentacle arm down and then splooshes both up so water kind of sprays around.
Doing what thing?
How close are you to the water?
Pretty close. With raccoon perched on my shoulder.
Are you crouched down?
Yes.
It reaches up and like kind of wetly slaps both little tentacle hands to either side of your face. To fix things.
Fix things.
Yes. Mostly you. Well, not you. Doesn't work on you. I have to make a thing for it to work on you.
Okay. What does it fix?
It fixes.
Does it fix you?
Kind of. Fixes other people.
Fixes other people.
Yes.
Do you think that's a good one?
That is good. Or being able to talk to all of them. Wobbles his little tentacly arms around at various spirits. Is good. Both are good. Everything I do is good. Smush it, like, grabs your face again. Everything is good.
Can you teach me both?
You would have to do another thing.
Sure.
Ooh. First I teach you one. And then when you do the other thing, I teach you another thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Teach me how to speak.
Yeah. His little jaw is so massive. Like, you'd swear his mouth is bigger than his head. So he goes, yeah! And it's like the most ridiculous expression. He's got like an inherent grin going. And, yeah, he is latched onto your face with the little sucker arms. And it will be the weirdest sensation. And he will, and yeah, feel free to take spirit speech. And I will dock a certain amount of XP off of your gains. But yeah, just like right into your brain pan.
Probably weirdest feeling of his life.
It really is. Like, you swear to God your hair is kind of standing on end. You hear the weirdest sounds. You realize that as much as you've understood him, the noises he's been making are like little bloops and bubbling noises. But somehow it's made perfect sense because he wanted it to. Now, as he's like just kind of putting this shit in your head, all the other little rustling and noises that you've been hearing as various spirits have just kind of been milling around doing their natural shit. It kind of goes from ambient noise to like whispering. There's a language in there somewhere under it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And he finally detaches from your face and bloops back down into the water.
And how often can I travel here?
And he finally resurfaces. And, with his mouth still under the water, still just making bloopity noises. Yes. Whenever you want to. That is how it works. You just have to look at the thing. And he, like, reaches a tentacle out of the water and then uses it to poke the surface of the water, creating a ripple.
How do I get back?
And he, again, kind of slips back under the surface. And you hear, like, burbling noises again. And the others stop playing around the surface of the water and all go back under. Various ones flit to various places under rocks, playing in the kelp. Playing in the natural plants that have grown in the water, but not breaking the surface again. And he just kind of looks up. And even though he is fully submerged, you can perfectly understand. Dude, look! And he points at the surface of the water again. Points specifically at where your reflection is.
Just stare down at it.
And as you're looking at it, the raccoon from your shoulder points. Like, especially if your eyes are flitting, if you're, like, looking for something, he points specifically at where your eyes are in the water, that part of the reflection. It says essentially, look harder, stupid. I'm pointing.
Well, I'll get you later. As he concentrated his eyes focusing.
And roll your gnosis. Actually, you know what? We're going to count this as taking your time because you were being guided through it. So you start kind of teetering forward, but again, there's that weird disorienting effect. And before too long, things are back to normal. Like, it's the weirdest sensation, almost like you have pushed through a membrane, but you feel clearly as though you slipped through something this time. You're a little more aware of what you're doing. And you come out the other side, and the raccoon is gone. All of the things in the water are gone. All the things around you are gone. There's still a fire crackling. Maybe that's what tips you off that you've gotten completely through, is you hear the fire kind of dying down around the garbage.
Huh. Holy fuck.
You were still naked, though.
Yeah.
On the bright side, hey, look, there are your clothes. Right over there. Actually, you didn't first change until you got over. So where you disappeared from, that point over where you fought the thing, your clothes are just laying there.
Oh, just runs over. Oh, thank God.
And yeah, you can just put them right back on.
He does. He's like, oh, thank you. Yeah, he kind of just nods, makes sure the fire goes out, and just kind of nods to himself. Like, right. Okay, then. He's kind of walking towards his car. Gotta do a thing for a creepy bug-eyed water thing, and a raccoon eats me. Yay. He gets in his car and drives back. Like, what the fuck is happening to my life? As he's driving all the way back to home. I imagine we can end it there for tonight.
Yes, I think that is in fact the plan. So you have done and discovered and accomplished all sorts of weird shit that you really don't get, but you know what? For now, for the moment, you're not that mad.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, you'll pull him back home. You still feel the weirdest sense of accomplishment. And I think with that, you call it a scene.